remember that?
Whoa.
Girl, I want to know your name. You remember that? Remember that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. That's that Music Soul Child, baby. I should've known better. I should've known better. Yeah. I should've known better. I should've known better than to be out here fucking with you, knowing the shit you do. I should've known better than to be out here fucking with you, with all that you put me through. Hey, you told me everything was gonna work out fine. Fuck around, so then hit that pussy one more time. That's what happens when you famished and you thirst for love. I'm a motherfucking fool for love. Say I'm just a motherfucking fool for love. They say I'm just a motherfucking fool for love. Exclusive Tony Fan. Going crazy, bro.
For love. Just a fool. For love.
Just a fucking with you, knowing the shit you do. I should've known better than to be out here fucking with you. With all I should've known better. You told me everything was gonna work out fine. Fuck around and then hit that pussy one more time. You thirst and you thirst for love. I'm a motherfucking fool for love.
I'm a fool for love.
Everything was gonna work out fine. Fuck around, so they hit that pussy one more time. That's what happens when you finish and you thirst for love. I'm a motherfucking fool for love. Say I'm just a motherfucking fool for love.
Just a fool for love.
Just a Just a motherfucking fool for love.
Oh, girl, you got me going out of my mind. I don't know.
I need you on that.
That's crazy.
I need you on that, Jerz. I need you on that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo,
that's wild, bro.
We do, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo,
that vibe.
Hit that speaker off one time. Yeah, I'm telling you what.
You're ready. Look.
Y'all ready to
my
get
man
this?
felt it.
Oh, he felt. He's in there. Look at him.
Look at him.
Yeah, he
was
fool.
like, I'm
he's
a
a
fool.
fool.
Look at him, heartbroken as a. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you guys ready to get in this thing, man?
Let's get it started.
Man,
all right,
go.
buddy. I gotta put you down. You can sit right here. Oh,
Hot dog.
My bad. Let's get it poppin'.
All right.
Yes, indeedy. Roaches.
Welcome everybody, it's your boy Dirty Phil. We're coming live from the Museum.
Season 2, baby, of the Roaches Podcast.
The Roaches Podcast. I'm right here with my main man, my done one, son done, pun done. My
skies.
done one, son done, pun done, son.
Your bro
motherfucking son done, pun.
Your
My bro Dunsky.
Done pun.
Pause. Big Skies is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back. Special guest in the building.
Yes.
Going crazy right now.
Crazy.
We got the legend. We got that.
We got the
breaker.
We got the
that soul shaker.
We got the joyous, the graceful,
R&B sensation.
The smooth. Look,
smooth criminal.
A lot of women would say sexy, man.
Going Creole, big sexy.
A lot of women would say charming.
And in Spanish, they would say papi chulo.
Papi chulo.
Big Jerz in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. DJ Horn. Welcome to the Roaches podcast, bro. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, man.
Yes, sir. I see you got the big what we got here?
Stogie.
We got that Stogie Bogey.
Yeah, this is
holy guacamole.
Yeah, this is an EP Carrillo. Perez Carrillo.
Oh my
Carrillo.
Goodness.
Now look, for those of us that are not, you know what I mean, savvy.
That's the Fidel
on the EP Carrillo. You know what I mean? I heard that you are a man of knowledge about cigars. What are we talking about there? What is the EP?
All right, well, the EP Carrillo Pledge. This is called the Pledge, and Perez Carrillo, he's a Cuban American, but he learned how to do cigars from his family in Cuba.
Right.
So he has won Smoke of the Year 2010, 2018, and 2020.
Damn.
In Cigar Aficionado magazine, his 2020 cigar, the Perez Carrillo, has scored the highest ever out of any cigar in history in Cigar Aficionado magazine.
Dude,
it scored
crazy.
Out of 100, it scored a 98.
Sheesh.
So that means
it's affordable.
Good. So that means it's good.
Right. And the thing is, like, I can show you cigars that are $150, different Davidoffs and things of that nature. But I can show you cigars that are $10 that will rival the $150 cigar.
Wow.
And this is one of them.
That's crazy.
On average, you can go to, I love Tobacco Hut on Dual Highway. That's my spot.
Yeah.
And they give you a 20% discount.
Yeah. Oh,
but
right.
the Perez Carrillo, the reason why I'm going to tell you why it's my favorite, because I've been trying to blow smoke rings for like 4 years. So here it is. I try cigar, the cigar wouldn't work, right?
Oh, man.
I go to Pentagon City Mall all the way down to Virginia, you know, and I go down there and they have the Virginia Tobacco Company.
Yeah.
It's a cigar lounge. So this brother was in there, and I'm looking at different cigars, and I remember this guy came in, older white guy, he was going to play golf, and he told me, he said, I can show you 6 other cigars that will rival that 140 cigar you looking at.
Yo.
Right? He showed them to me. I've been smoking most of them ever since.
Right.
But he showed me the Perez Carrillo. Now, they were in such high demand that you couldn't find them nowhere. And what they did was you could only get 1 per customer.
What?
Yeah, they have to in their system. So the guy that was the manager there, he would sell me 1 off the books and 1 on the books.
Oh, right.
So, you know, I got a little hookup.
Okay.
So the first time I smoked this bad boy, when I tell you this thing gives off smoke like a vape, I mean, I'm smoking and all of a sudden I'm blowing rings and I'm like, that's it.
That's
this
what
is
you were
my
looking
go-to.
for.
That's what I'm looking for. So I've been rolling with Perez ever since.
Yo, that's crazy though to think about going to a spot to buying a bogey for $140. 140 bones.
I mean, but it's like stuff like
crazy.
that. But you got, not really, because people pay
this is
$100
awesome.
for a half an ounce of weed.
I mean, I guess you're right.
Or for
And
an
how
ounce
long
now,
do they
or
burn?
for an ounce.
I mean,
Well,
they burn.
you know what I mean?
You got a Perez Carrillo, you can probably get about an hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes out of, hour and 45 minutes.
Shit.
So it's about timing? Is that what
Well, that's it's an experience. So you have to enjoy it. You have to light your cigar the right way, because see, in Cuba, and they're the grandfathers of cigars.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So in Cuba, mostly what they do is they will give, like, I love the dark leaf Maduro. Okay. Those are your full body, strong cigars. Yeah. Okay. And people always talk about weed, but I'm gonna tell you, you got some dark leaf Maduro strong cigars, bro, they will knock you on your ass.
Yo, I believe
And I'm telling you, one time I was when I was really getting into the Perez Carrillo, And then I love the Tabernacle.
Yeah.
I smoked the Bishop. I smoked David and Goliath.
Yeah.
And those full body ones, you talking about give you such a rush. I got up too fast one time, man. That thing put me right back on my ass.
Oh, damn.
And so, but then my body built up the tolerance. So now, what they do in Cuba, now a lighter leaf cigar, like this is a dark leaf Maduro.
Yeah.
Now this is sort of like a Maduro, but more closer to
Let me see that real quick.
Connecticut.
Let me see that real quick.
Now this is a flathead.
Yo.
Yeah. So it's more close to a and you can show them this Perez Carrillo. You can zoom it so they can see that.
Perez
That's
Carrillo.
Perez Carrillo.
So what's that called?
So
on now,
this is
man.
called the Pledge.
And that's called
The Pledge.
And that's called the Perez Carrillo?
No, he's the guy that made this cigar.
Alright. That's
but
called the
it's
Pledge.
called the Pledge. That's the name of the
And then
cigar.
what's that one called?
This is the Pledge also.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a flathead, and this is a flathead 550. So now what they do in Cuba, most of your Cubans, they smoke like a Connecticut leaf. It's a lighter leaf, light cigar. It's not full body, it's mild.
Yeah.
But what they will do is they will do it with a dark espresso or with a lot of sugar.
Okay.
So they'll smoke it with coffee and things
Yeah.
like that nature. But then later on in the evening, because it's all about pairings, you have to match strength for strength.
Right.
So you can't smoke a dark leaf Maduro and then you smoke like a light champagne.
Right.
You messing up the experience.
Right.
So you want to smoke, you want to have like a maybe 12-year-old Scotch, or you want to have
Shit, now you're talking.
or you want to have a
Yeah.
brandy
Yeah.
or whiskey with it, because what they do in the evenings, they will smoke a darkly strong full body cigar
Okay.
with a whiskey or maybe a Puerto Rican rum. And
Wow.
though that will give you a full experience, because what it does is each cigar is broken down into thirds.
Oh.
Okay, so when you smoke, first of all, you don't want to inhale.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's
About to
hard.
say, for all y'all
Yeah.
listening, all y'all watching, you
Yeah.
do not inhale.
You do not
For
inhale.
those that don't know, cigar
Right.
talk.
And sometimes what you want to do is close off the back of your throat.
Yeah.
You draw in.
Yeah.
But you don't blow the smoke out your mouth. You let it fall out your mouth. Okay?
Okay.
But then when you get to the last little bit of smoke, you want to do what they call a rehail. And what you do is you take the last little bit of smoke through your nose, and then you can taste the spices, the
Gotcha,
pepper.
gotcha.
You can taste the leathery or the nutmeg. You can
Yo.
taste
So
all
So it's like
of
a
those
swallow in a way.
flavors.
It's like a
science.
swallow
Yeah.
in a way. It's like a swallow.
Yeah, well, it's not a swallow. You draw it in, and then before you let the last little bit of smoke fall out, take it through your nose.
So you have to inhale a little bit.
You have to inhale
Alright,
it
got you.
So when you take it through your nose, that's when it gives you the full experience.
Yeah.
And then through different thirds, if it's a great cigar or a good cigar, then it will give you different flavors through each third.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then when you get down to the last third, you can tell. First of all, when you see like that ash at the tip,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not a cheap cigar.
Right. That's a good cigar. It's still.
That's a good cigar. And what you want to do is, the goal is to keep the cigar lit. Now you can relight, but the thing what you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep that going. So every 40 to 50 seconds you want to take a puff.
Okay.
And then that keeps the cigar lit.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
I just got the aroma of it. Though.
You see
That's-
what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's
The smell of it.
Ah, yeah.
So what you do is too with
Oh yeah,
your
that's
cigar.
a cigar right there, bro.
Yeah. So
yeah.
so with your cigar, you will have that full body experience, and then it's the way you light, and there's different parts of the cigar.
Yeah.
So the top here is what they call the cap. Okay.
And that's where you snip that joint off.
Yeah, you use the cutter,
Yeah.
or I love to use a V cut.
Okay.
So what it does is it cuts a V into the top, so it makes the draw more easy.
Ooh.
Okay, and then the bottom of the cigar is called the foot. So the way Cubans light it, they will light and they let the heat actually light the cigar.
Right.
So do a
Yeah.
demonstration.
So
If you
like
can.
like now I got ash on
already
it.
lit.
I got
He's
this one
already
already
lit,
lit.
But just if you held
But
it
what
up,
you do is you hold the cigar up,
Yeah.
and then you have to use a torch.
Yeah.
I don't use I'll
Lighters.
use a mat sometimes,
Yeah.
but regular big lighters. That's not.
Yep.
First of all,
Don't wanna do it.
First of all, you're insulting.
Yeah.
You're insulting the
How
cigar.
about that?
Okay, that is an insult. Don't
Yes.
ever do that, and then please don't smoke around me. And I see you do that with a
don't try.
okay? Because I'm gonna let you know. Because when it comes to this,
That's
I'm more of
crazy.
like a cigar aficionado.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you do is you let the foot of the cigar light, and then what you do is you blow on it to see how many embers have lit.
Okay.
Then what you do is when you light it, what you want to do, you light it and you rotate the cigar
Yeah.
while you're lighting it, so it gets fully burned all the way through.
Now, not to interrupt, but for those that don't know what an ember is, what is an ember?
Okay, so you know, like, see, like here, the cigar, I blow on it.
Yeah.
See the red parts?
Yeah.
That's lighting up?
Yeah.
That's an ember.
The red
So-
parts that are lighting up.
Yeah, that's an ember.
Yep.
So what you want to do is once you light it, then you start your experience. So then you start tasting different parts of the cigar. And most of your good cigars, you got some. I have some that I know that will burn for 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so you would only need that one for tonight. But like a Perdomo,
Right.
10th anniversary champagne, it comes in like a gold wrapper. That's a great cigar.
Right.
The EP Carrillos, all of those, the flatheads. There's one called I got it in Vegas. It's called an Opus X. One of the most famous lounges, cigar lounges in Vegas, is called the Eights Lounge, like the number 8, but it's spelled out.
Yeah.
Now this cigar lounge, like if you look them up on the internet, they have like Mike Tyson there, like all of your famous fighters after like a big fight at the MGM Grand.
Oh, yeah.
You will see them come to the Eights Lounge.
Right.
You may see famous country singers, hip hop
Yeah.
artists.
They
You may
ready to
see
blow down
R&B
some of
artists.
that fine
Right,
pine.
right. And the thing is, like when you go in, because see, the thing about cigars, I'll tell you like this. I did a podcast. I'm just starting my podcast, and I went to Cigar International. It's in Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So if you're driving, anybody that's driven to New York, you've passed by this place and not even know it. You're going by down 78 East. Once you get off of 81, and you'll see Cabela's on your right and the Bass Fisher Shop.
Okay.
So across the parking lot is called Cigar International. It's the largest cigar bar and lounge on the East Coast and outlet store.
Hot damn.
They have a store in there, and it's incredible. It's like you go there and they have this thing called the Value Vault. And you can go in there, and cigars that you may pay up
That's
here.
the discount. That's where that's where you go in the Foot Locker and you see the little discount.
Exactly.
Crazy.
So
Got you,
what
got you,
happens
got you.
is, but these are top quality cigars, like a Habana Pigtail. That used to be my boy's favorite.
Yeah.
And you would get these cigars. Here, you might pay $15, $16 for that cigar.
Yeah.
But then there, you would get that cigar for $5.
Okay. See,
$4.
that's where you want to get it.
Today is Veterans Day, and I'm a vet.
Yo,
So when
salute to
you
you,
go
bro.
there,
Appreciate
they do.
you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yes.
And they do a veteran discount.
Yes.
So when I go there, all my buddies come with me. I go ahead and they just give me the money I paid for it, so they get that discount.
Oh, yeah.
And bro, one time I walked out of there, I spent $17, bro, and I had 36 cigars.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That thing lasts me for like
bro.
almost 5 months.
Yeah, I
man.
guarantee that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But
And this is the thing too. What you want to do is to have the full experience. You also want to always look at about 40 to 50 seconds. You want to take a puff.
yeah.
Okay.
That keeps it lit, because sometimes if you don't light it the right way, or you have to keep relighting, then it destroys it.
It's going to compromise that flavor.
That
it's gonna
flavor. So
compromise
then
the
you
three-part
taste an
system.
ash and stuff like that. So you have to, there's a good YouTube channel that I watch all the time, and I've learned a lot of stuff over the years. They're called Cigars Daily.
Okay.
And what they do is they give you the whole rundown. Me and my friend did a couple of trips for the podcast. So we went to Rhode Island. We went to the Fat Ash Lounge, the White Ash Lounge, and we met with a guy they call a sommelier. So he's an expert on wines and pairings with cigars.
Sheesh.
And he actually teaches cigar college.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. I never
It's
even
wild
knew
that, like,
this exists.
Yeah, there's like a science to like everything.
It's
like,
gotta be. If you think about it, because what you're saying right now, I'm like this. Look, this is the type of cigar that I smoke, right?
Right.
Right. This is called and I just picked this up just because it's what the sweets, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then what you do with this one is
finish
you roll this joint up, right? You know what I mean?
Oh.
And then when you roll it up, you can taste, you can roll it up, light it up, smoke it up, inhale,
There you
exhale,
go.
and enjoy the experience. You know what I mean?
There you go.
But there has to be some type of college or not, or some kind of notoriety school or something out there.
Right.
For now, I don't want to say it to be this exquisite.
Right.
To smoke a cigar, because not a lot of people know what is behind. It's not just putting it in your mouth and inhaling.
And see,
it's you know what it's like. You know what it's like. What people don't understand. It's like, what do you call it when you sit at a table and you gotta have the proper. The fork got to be over here.
Place setting right.
It's called something. It's a name for it. I forget what it's called, but it's like when you're sitting there and you got to have that set. And then when you sipping wine, you have to hold your wine glass a certain way. You have to smell the wine.
That's like scotch and everything.
And then you have to sip it.
It's like the aroma, and then you have to let it fill your mouth so you can feel it.
There's some kind of elegant. I don't want to say rules you have to follow, but to get the total experience, it kind of rules.
Well, see, too, this is the thing I found too.
And methods.
When I did these trips. So the thing I found too, when I went to Cigar International the first time, I mean, they treated us like kings, because we came in, they knew we were doing the podcast. Yeah. So they allowed me and my partner, we interviewed so many people in the building, and I'm gonna repost the video on my Facebook again today. But what we did was we found that there's such a camaraderie. It brings together people from all different backgrounds. We went up. There's another level upstairs where they have all these leather chairs and TVs and stuff where they got sports going and all that. So when we got upstairs, there were these 5 guys from Jersey. Okay, so already I like them.
Yeah,
because I'm from Jersey, right? So, but here it is. One was a high school football coach. One was a state trooper.
Okay.
One was a local mechanic.
Okay.
The other guy was a welder and worked on skyscrapers. Then the other one was a brain surgeon.
Dude, that's incredible.
So you think about what can bring those type of people together to hang out and be friends, but stogies, but cigars.
But I'm gonna say something to you about that. Crazy. Listen to the backgrounds. What was their backgrounds again?
Brain surgeon, technician,
high school football coach, state trooper, and one was a welder that worked on skyscrapers.
Now, do you ever see any thugs or anybody sitting there smoking a cigar? Like, no. Nah. There's history behind it.
Right.
There's people. I don't ever see no one smoking cigars except for people that understand it, I guess. Right. That really understand it. But you know what?
And this is a cigarette. I love them.
Yes. We going and that was a great lesson for us. Actually, I would say that was like a damn Harvard UCLA.
That right there was a mini podcast and a podcast. Yeah, because we gotta get into this.
I understand, because it's
mind blowing.
It's amazing, just the littlest things that you got to do. People don't even understand. I promise you, what he just said. For all you doctors and you lawyer or whoever it is that smoke cigars, right? Yeah. There is a process for this right here too, baby. You cannot just crack the blunt. All right, it depends on what you put in there. It depends on how it's rolled. It depends on the air that's left between them.
There is a science to that shit.
There's a science, so I totally understand. But
before we get into it,
any further in the
Podcast. We got a crescent this episode.
Yes, let's do that first.
We're gonna crescent this episode.
Let's get the crescent.
So I got some shots poured up for us here.
Yep.
There you are, bro. You already got yours. And
I want to say cheers to an amazing intro and a lesson, a UCLA and Harvard lesson from cigars I will never forget.
Right.
I'm
gonna put my pinky out, mate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this with me.
I'm telling you, it makes me want to get a cigar and give it an old college try.
Well,
I'm gonna put me pinky out.
I got a Cuban right here for you.
For real?
Yeah, bro.
All
right, see now,
let's go.
Look. We need a burn, and a.
Yep. And
all right,
I got an EP Carrillo for you.
Thank you, my guy. Thank you, my guy.
Yo,
yeah, I got you.
I just got blessed with a Cuban, bro.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna crack this up and roll something with it.
This is crazy.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that to you.
Oh man.
No, I'm actually going to get the experience.
I can't even believe this. This is
I'm
crazy.
actually gonna have. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
This is
I'm gonna
amazing,
save this for our
Thank
video.
you so much.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do because
this is amazing.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Because sometimes we can be just a motherfucking fool for love.
Yeah.
All right, so
we got Big Jerz in the motherfucking building, and before we get into it,
further,
I already know
our sponsors.
Yes.
We are gonna drop them right. Yeah. Thank you very much, and we are back to the Roaches podcast, and we got Big Jerz in the building.
Yes.
And what we want to do first, after that gracious intro, we want to introduce you, Big Jerz. We want to let people know exactly your background, what you do. First off, Big Jerz is he is a very inspirational artist. I've actually had the pleasure, my man. It's always a pleasure to work with.
Always.
A lot of people would call him the OG. Mm-hmm. We would say the OG. You know, when I first met this guy, I just want to say it's on a musical term. Jerz he's a singer. He's I don't want to say classify him and put him in a box.
We'll say he's just a singer.
He's
an amazing vocalist.
Oh man, look, when I first met this man, and I'm just going to tell you this story. I was at a studio called Too Hot, Too Heavy Studios, located in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And shout out to Dip, by the way. Sean
shout out to
check him out on social media.
I just was working with him today.
Too Hot, Too Heavy, 2H Studios.
Let's get a little applause on there.
Yeah.
I remember I was sitting in the studio, right? And, I smoke.
Right.
We all smoking. SARS was in there. I forget who else was in there. So Dip was like, yo, I got Big Jerz coming over. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, who's he? And I had already heard your voice. And I was like, yo, I can't wait to meet him because I had something for you at the time.
Right.
And I was like, I can't wait to meet him. But then Dip was like, yo, we got to clean up, yo. And I was like, huh? He's like, yo, we got to straighten up. He's like, put the smoke out. Put the smoke out. I'm like, what? Nah, he don't like smoke, yo. We can't be smoking around here like the weed. And I'm like, nah, this ain't going to work, bro. This is the studio. Like, nah, I can't even. But it was the first time that I met somebody that had that much respect because at the time you were more or less, I don't want to say use the term Christian rapper, but a gospel. Yeah. You were in a gospel's, 100% direction. Right. Like as far as no cursing, as far as you better it's not that you demanded respect. Your aura was this man is a godly man, so we cannot have this stuff around him. We cannot disrespect him. He's coming to my house. He chose my studio, and I had to bow down to that. It was so hard. It's
amazing.
And then when he got there, right, he walks in the studio. I'm just looking at how big he is. Like, dang, what is a big dude? And the first thing I noticed, you didn't have the beard then.
No, it was. I didn't get it till later. Till later. I didn't have the beard then. But I just had a mustache.
Yes, and Dip at the time had a studio was in a closet, a sliding closet door, and I'm like, how's he?
I remember that.
I'm like,
I remember that from old videos.
Yes, and I'm like, how's he gonna fit? I'm like, how you gonna fit in there?
And the crazy thing, at that time, I was about 365 pounds.
Shut up. This is why I said, wow. How is he going? Like, he about to do what? And they like, he about to go, and I'm like, cause remember Paul? Shout out to my guy, Paul Mason. Shout out to Big Clutch.
Big Clutch. And that's my dude.
So Clutch was in there.
We actually got a new song on my new project. I gotta let you hear.
Shut up. I can't wait to hear that.
Shout out to my guy, yo, Paul Mason, Big Clutch. Yo, so he would be in the studio. He'd be in there, and he, you know what I mean? He was losing weight up in there, sweating, losing weight, right? So I'm like, I know when you came in, you was bigger than him. He was tall, small, and then I didn't really understand what Jerz was about to do. And so Jerz went into studio, and I swear by this time we had everybody. I think there was a couple people that was missing at the time, but it was so many people that showed up, and the hardest niggas in Martinsburg was there, right?
Yep, Duck was there.
What up, Duck?
I was about to say Duck's name. Yo, shout out to Duck. What up, Duck?
Duck.
But I don't know if Duck was there, but he may have been. But Jerz went in, he closed the door, and bruh, he started singing. And you know, at this time you can't hear the beat.
Yeah.
You just hear him singing.
You just hear the
vocals. I'm sitting there, bruh, and I'm sitting there going like this. And he's singing about God. He's singing about what experience he had. Yeah. And then I'm telling you, the song had to be at least 8 minutes long, 10 minutes long, because he was in there for so long, right? Next thing I know, I'm like this. I'm listening. I'm going like this. You know, I'm wiping my eyes, a little tear, right? And I hear a, and I look over there, and I'm seeing, people crying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names, but we in the studio, tears falling because, he was singing so, and God me, Jesus.
Yes.
Like the doors were like shaking, about to blow off and I'm sitting like, I'm blown back, and I'm like this. Like I didn't see Michael.
Tight,
like I didn't see Michael.
Right.
I heard Luther. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just sitting there
crazy.
Like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Johnny Gill blew you back. So as soon when he came out of the studio, he walked out. Yeah. Anybody got a paper towel? It was a paper towel. And I'm sitting looking at him like, and Dip was sitting there blown back too. Dip was sitting there like
what just happened? That's amazing.
And that's how I met Big.
I love it. I love it. And what's crazy is though, because I gotta give him some accolades too, because he knows a very, very special person in my heart, and they have a very high regard for you as well. Give it up for DJ Susie.
Oh, yeah.
Mama Schillenberg.
Yeah. That's my mom's. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that was your mom's.
Yo, for real, anytime, you'd be in the building for karaoke, and she would always, she always calls you Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jersey's in the building. Jersey's in the building. Like, yeah, Mom, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But, she always had got a high regard for you, and would literally always go out of her way to be like, yo, he's in the building. So that's super cool. But first and foremost, what made you get into it? Like, where did you find your voice, and what actually, inspired you to, travel that path into the music game? Because everybody has a different,
Yeah. Well,
intersection.
The thing with me is I've always said, the best singers are the ones that come out of church. Like Whitney,
facts,
Patti LaBelle. You talking about all the old time singers, Luther, all that.
Yeah.
That is an old school answer. I'm sorry.
Right. It is.
Old heads be saying that.
Right. It is.
It's a church. I love that. I love that.
I started out singing in children's church, and you didn't have no choice, because I remember at one time we were staying with my grandmother. Shout out to Nani, rest in peace. And she got you dressed. You didn't have no choice, and you had to get yourself together on Sunday morning. And we get in that old Oldsmobile with the vinyl seats, and hot and everything, right? And we get in there, and it's and she would take, it would be maybe 11 of us, grandkids, and we're all piled up in the car, and she'd take us to New Light Hope Church on Chestnut Street in Newark, New Jersey. And so when we got there, my great aunt, she was a singer there and everything, and so I started out singing in church. But my mother and father had one of the greatest record collections I've ever seen in my life. Like my mother had stuff all the way back to the 40s.
Wow.
And my aunt, she sang and toured with the Drifters.
Wow.
So, you know, was history there. And then I found out, I think it was one of my first cousins or something that was one of Sam Cooke's original soul stirrers.
Got you.
So the thing is, it's kind of always, it's always kind of been in the family. But me, what I did was at 17, I joined the Army, fresh out of high school. Okay. So when I went in the Army, it's crazy because, you know, like when you see the Army commercial and it's Veterans Day. Yeah. So you see the commercials and they would say you're going to travel, you're going to see the world. Yeah. And when I got my first duty station, I said, if I'm going to travel and see the world, why did they send me 3.5 hours around the corner up the road to Frederick, Maryland?
To Fort Detrick. Shout out to Fort Detrick, man.
So my first duty station was Fort Detrick.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Right. So here it is. I get to Fort Detrick, and after my 18th birthday, I got married, and I was very young. And my mother told me, you know, don't do it. But, you know, when you're young, you think you know everything and you're so in love. Yep. So, you know, and I was in love. And here it is. I had joined the Army. And then I met the most influential man as far as when it comes to music. And that was my pastor. His name was Pastor Paul Kemp.
Right. Okay.
And he started the first ever gospel service on Fort Detrick, which branched out and on Fort Ritchie with Pastor
Shout out to Fort
Amazing.
Ritchie, baby.
So the church that they started on there branched out and it became I can't remember the name of the church now, but it was on Jonathan Street. Okay. Okay. And we would come up and we would sing. I sang on the choir. I was one of the lead praise and worship leaders. And we would come up there, and this man, you talk about, first of all, he used to always say, I used to crack up, he's passed on now, but he used to say he was in a family of 16.
Right. Wow.
Right. He had 10 sisters that could lead sing on anybody's album.
Right. Wow.
And he had five brothers, right? Now, 6 brothers. Oh, well, he had 5, including him. But he would always say he was the 8th one up and the 9th one down. Right. I don't know how he got that, but that's what he used to say. Right? 9th one down. Figure it out. So, and I used to always mess with his father, Bishop Kemp. Yeah. And I always tell him, I said, Bishop, how did you have 16 kids? And he used to tell me, he said, well, son, he said, we didn't have a television.
No cell phones either.
Right.
You got to go make that happen.
I'm going to go say the record player.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to say the record player.
Right, the record player. The phonograph. So, him and his brothers, you talk about musicians and singers. These guys could play like 5 or 6 instruments fluently. Right. I'm talking about 5 or 6 different instruments. But this man had a voice that was from God. This dude, and he taught me. When I went there, I was starting to go to the gospel service, and then it started out with just 6 members, including myself. And that church actually ended up growing to about 850 members. This is one of the biggest churches in Frederick. It was called Sanctuary Progressive.
Wow.
So I started out with him, and then he taught me, him and shout out to Brother Lachey. Right. They taught me how to use my voice. He told me, he said, you got a powerful, strong voice, but you don't know how to use it.
So both of them.
So he would tell me.
They basically inspired you and showed you how you got to
right, because they would teach me. He'd say, don't sing it like this. They would give me a run or a riff. And he would say, no, do it like this. And then as time progressed, I began to develop my own sound.
So is this like how, is this how you got into being, for those that don't know, Jerz is more or less, I mean, I don't, like I said, Jerz, correct me if I'm wrong, man, along the way. I don't want to put you in a box, but when I first met you, you was more or less on everything about you. Even if it was, even if you tried to slip and say, get off on some sly, like, it was always in a spiritual path.
Right.
So he's more or less Jerz is more or less of a spiritual conscience.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say R&B singer. I don't even know what the word is to describe you.
Well,
I don't know how to describe.
Well, the thing is, I'm.
Is that so?
If I describe myself, I would say a kind of all-around vocalist.
Okay, I like that word, vocalist. So the people, the two gentlemen you mentioned in the church, they're basically was your inspiration for you to be on this kind of spiritual level.
Exactly.
Now, we were talking earlier before the interview. You ended up in the military,
right?
And so when you ended up in the military, did you do anything? Did anything in the being? And thank you for your service. For serving us. You know, what I mean, we thank you definitely for that. I was in the military as well. Did you do anything in the military? Did anything in the military impact you wanting to push this career even more?
Well, actually, I wasn't even like doing other music. I was just doing just singing in the church. Okay. And that's all I was doing.
During your military career?
During my military career. Okay. When I was at Fort Detrick. And so, because my focus was on, I was actually a youth pastor at the time, and I was focused more on kids, and I love kids. So that's where I kind of started with my roots, and then singing on the praise team. And so what happened was, you know, I always love songs. Like, what I consider myself is a relatable artist. Right. So what I do is relatable music. I love singing songs, first of all, of my own experiences in life, but then also of my friends. I pick up on things that they go through that we discuss. Yeah. And then I write songs about, because those are real life lessons and issues. Absolutely. So the thing is, for me, the relatable music, because I have people come to me all the time, you know, I was going through that, and you helped me through that. You know, it's because of your music, it touched me, and it made me change what I was thinking in the direction I was going.
So honestly,
did this? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is that, honestly, as a songwriter, as a musician, as an artist, that's literally our life goal.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Especially what you just said, because I can relate to that, to the fact where I go through a situation with friends, family, what have you, but that literally brings you an inspirational story for you to reenact, recreate, and put into a song which sonically everybody in the world universally can relate to and vibe off of.
And you know, because of the simple thing is, people are hurting. People are going through pain.
Oh, that's facts.
And me just recently. But the thing is that sometimes people don't understand how powerful music is. There's somebody that's on the brink of committing suicide.
Wait. Not to interrupt.
And I need a cheers for that, too. I got you guys some shots poured.
Thank you. I think that you said people don't understand. I think they do. I think they relate to it more. I think that cheers to music. I think that people relate to it more.
Right.
I think they do understand. That's why you have these multi-millionaire singer, rapper people, artists that sing. People do. I think that it just depends on the person. You know who, and I'm not saying this when I think of you, but you know who's doing what I think you're speaking about right now really well? I mean, fantabulous, to the point to where I'm just like, this guy, he found a way to grasp even the younger generation. I don't know how old he is, but I know he's pretty young. Rod Wave.
Yeah, Rod Wave.
Okay.
Rod Wave is grasping.
Right.
He's one of the, like, when I hear his songs on the internet, and you know, I do get a little irritated sometimes. I think sometimes I got my criticisms, but I also be like, man, this guy, that song just touched my daughter.
Right. And see, that's the thing.
My 15
right, and he's actually
you
in
just
concert.
touched her.
Yeah, he's actually
and that's the thing about you, Jerz. What people don't know, what we just heard. And we're gonna get into a little bit of the album and all that. What we just heard and what you're speaking about, people don't. I'm trying to get people to understand what type of artist you are. Right. You're not one of these. You're okay. Number one is you're an OG. Right. But you sing. You don't rap. Right. But you're lyrical. You're a lyrical vocalist. Right. You know what I mean? You put that out for the world to understand. So your music is gonna reach.
There's a concept that my boy Double E, shout out to Double E, down in Atlanta. Yeah. And this is back in 2009. Yeah. I was in Atlanta recording in College Park. And he's a bit of an older dude. Okay. And his whole thing was the music he was making. Yeah. You got two concepts. Yeah. You got that grown and sexy. Yeah. You got that mature and sure. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that to me, it takes away that whole concept of what we got going on right now. Right. In the music industry. Right. It's lacking soul. Yeah. It's lacking purpose. Right. Substance. It's lacking inspiration. It's a lot of this rah-rah.
I think the first three you mentioned were it.
Right.
Yeah. I think the first three he's nailed
and even Heart.
He's nailed it. And the thing is, I don't know. Inspiration and Heart is there, I think, because they made it. The people that are there, they're already there. They had the heart.
Yeah, but there's also some wrong reasons in that.
But I'm saying, either way, you're inspiring. Right. But the first three you named are it. You know what I mean? Because it's lacking that. So where does that come from? I'll keep it real with you. It comes from people like you. It comes from our people that can. I think people that can sing. Because rappers aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah. And see,
you could be a lyrical rapper. Yeah. You could be lyrical, but you're not being heard. Yeah. R&B is a different lane. And so so we talked before this. You got a project coming. Let's move forward.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You got a project coming out because dealing with the music. Right. You've had what number? You know what number album this is of yours or project mixtape?
It's probably, I think, my 9th project.
Your 9th project. All right. So you're in a space now. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna skip a little bit. You're in a space now. Right? Right. And your space right now, what space are you in right now? Like first off, let's do this. What is the name? Do you have a name for your album?
Yeah, it's the name of the project is going to be called Damage.
Damage. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're in a Damage. Yeah, I thought. Okay, I don't know.
I mean, that could go everywhere.
That could go everywhere.
That could literally go anywhere. I like that though.
So you're in a space now.
Right.
So describe this space. Give us a little description of the space.
Okay. This is a project I've kind of been working on for a little bit. And it's really for a beautiful lady that, I met 3.5 years ago. And, I am in a space right now because I messed up. And I'm just going to be transparent, And this woman
that deserves.
Yeah. And this is the thing I've always taught my sons. That as a man, you have to own up to your own stuff. Yeah. And I made a mistake. And I blew, a 3.5.
Do you want to talk about that mistake?
Yeah, I do want to talk about it.
Now let's be brief on it because I'm gonna be brief though. If it's I don't want to. Okay.
No, because I would never embarrass
anybody.
Yeah, I would never do that.
But let's touch on it a little bit.
The thing is, the reason why this title Damage, because my previous relationship with this beautiful woman, it's only the second relationship I've ever had in my life.
Right. Wow.
So I was in a 25-year marriage that ended up failing. Partly my fault. Right. Partly the other party's fault. But the thing is, you know, I learned certain things from that, but I had made up my mind I was never doing another relationship.
Right.
Until 3.5 years ago when I met this beautiful young lady. And so I have to own up to the mistakes that I made as a man. And so oftentimes we as men, a lot of times we don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, we look for excuses or we want to blame other people. And sometimes, right, an escape route.
Yep.
And sometimes as a man, you have to come to the point where you realize that, look, this was my fault.
Right.
I messed up. You know, I hurt that individual.
Right.
And so now we're in a point of where we're in a healing process.
Right.
But music has always been therapeutic. And
Absolutely.
see, people understand, artists like us, we understand that music is the key to get you through situations.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Right. You know, because the last 4 weeks have been hell for me.
Then, but why?
Because I hurt that person, and now me and that person are no longer together.
Okay.
So
now we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna get right back to that.
Right.
Let's take a little
Right.
And we're back. Roaches Podcast. It's your boy Dirty Phil. Big Skies, Big Jerz. We in the building. We in the legendary, the exquisite destination. We in the Stewseum right here. Live.
Stewseum.
And yo, it's been an
Awesome.
amazing podcast. We're here with Big Jerz once again.
Once again. And we are talking about how we've all been a motherfucking fool for love.
I love it.
Yo, for real, if you guys don't know what that's Fool for Love is a single, you know what I mean? And we might just have Big Jerz on the remix.
Yo,
right?
the
Big
remix
Jerz.
would go crazy, by the
We might
way.
have Big Jerz on the remix,
but
you know,
you know,
what I'm saying?
I got you, bro.
We might have
Yo,
Big Jerz on the
podcast right
remix.
now.
During break, we touched on a couple things here, and the one thing that I do want to give flowers, or AKA a whole roach pack,
Yes.
to our guy Big Jerz is here.
Roach pack, baby.
Is literally coming down to the spirituality, the gift of life,
Speak on it.
the gift of the soul, the
Speak
gift
on it.
of
Giving.
everything forgiven.
Yes.
And we may have some listeners that aren't religious, and that's cool. It's all good. But, you know, your boy, I am a believer in Christ. I believe he died for my sins. I am a Christian. Believe in God the whole nine. And, man, Big Jerz, just hearing your story, man, I love it. And touching on back again, kind of revisiting it, but what I loved about the fact is, like, the inspiration of, like, where you come from, your journey.
Right.
And we were talking about, you know, our mistakes that we make as men.
Right.
And
right.
all of us do.
Right.
And all of us do be held accountable.
Right.
But the one thing we can do is pray each and every single day.
Right.
And just ask forgiveness
Right.
of our iniquities.
Right.
And our trespasses. And those who trespass against us.
Yes.
Right.
Because
And
if
those
we can't forgive ourselves or
against.
others,
Yes.
then how do you expect God to forgive us?
And that's absolutely correct. You know, and
You know
just
what I'm
kind
saying?
of go back to my military, like.
Well, before you go on
Well,
that.
I mean, it ties in with the love.
Okay, the love thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what happened too? I had went through so much tragedy. I was about to get out the military, and I was serving over in Korea.
Anybody else want to know?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Shit.
Yeah, and I was serving over in Korea, and my I got a call from the Red Cross. Now you got to understand something. Magic Johnson was like my dude. That was my hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this happened. This was during the time when Magic made his announcement that he had contracted AIDS.
And for those that don't know, Magic Johnson was one of the greatest point guards in NBA history.
NBA history.
He
If
contracted
not,
AIDS,
they
now
say
he
that
don't
he's
have it.
the best.
Yeah, if not, they say
Right.
he's the best. I don't agree,
So-
but you know.
This is
Sorry,
the thing.
Lewis. Love to
No,
serve my
no
friends.
problem. No problem. But cheers. The thing is, I had got a call when I was over in Korea, from the Red Cross, and they said, you know, you got to go home. Your mother's sick. So here it is. I rush to get home. I don't know what's going on. I get to the hospital, and my aunt stomps me at the door. And she tells me, before you go in, I got to tell you something.
Oh, man.
And she says, this is 3.5 weeks after Magic makes his announcement. So I'm already felt like I lost my big brother, you know, because I love Magic that much.
Yeah.
And here it is. She tells me that my mother's contracted AIDS. She's going full blown. My mother.
Damn.
And so I collapsed. And they had her heavily sedated, and they said that we only giving your mother 5 days to live.
Oh my God.
And at this point, I said, well, I'm not accepting that. So I went in, I prayed over, and they said, she can hear you. She's heavily sedated. So I told her, you know, with God, all things are possible. So I went into the waiting room, and my family's there, and some are like doom and gloom and everything. And I told them, I said, look, I need everybody in this room to stand up right now. And we're going to pray, and we're going to believe God. I don't care if you follow Buddha, Muhammad, whoever you follow, we're going to pray. And I said, first of all, the sign on their door says practicing medicine. But we know the great physician.
Yeah.
And I don't believe what they say. No man knows when we're going to leave this earth.
Yeah.
So we begin to pray. An hour later, the doctor comes back in, and the doctor says, we don't know what's happening. Something's going on. All of her counts are going up. So I said, well, Doc, I know what's happening. I said, come back and see us in another 2 hours. So next thing you know, they moved her out of ICU into a private room, and then the next day she went home.
Oh my God.
She lived 3.5 years past the 5 days that they gave her. And that's why nobody can tell me that God ain't real.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
So then, the next year, now 3.5 years later, she's about to pass, but she tells me she's found Jesus, that he came in the room. So, not to just, you know, dwell on that, but then a year later, my father dies from AIDS. And he, I think, died from grief and AIDS, because even though him and my mother were separated for 18 years, they never got a divorce. Mm-hmm. They loved each other all the way to the end. So then the next year, so I'm trying to get over, and this is the crazy thing, because I rushed to get to the hospital. My mother died 15 minutes before I got there.
Oh, man.
And that night, I had to lead praise and worship at my church. Wow. And I remember my pastor saying, he interrupted after praise and worship was going, and he said, y'all don't even know. He said, but this young man is trying to help you get through your situation and your problem, and he just lost his mother an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
And so here it is. Then I lose my father the next year. He died right before Thanksgiving. And then the next year, I lose a daughter.
Oh, no.
So this is like the 3 years, worst years of my life. And I had to lead praise and worship again. And through all of that, God was able to heal me through that. But then after that, I just started diving deep in, and you know, and I'm not gonna hold you long on that
God
part.
God healed you through that.
He healed me through that, and it was through me singing. It was through the music, and music is therapeutic. People don't understand that. That's why relatable music, and this is why I consider myself a relatable artist, because that music helps people get through. You hear all the time stories where people say that, you know, your song stopped me from committing suicide. Your song got me through this situation. And so, but I always too used to love real love songs, because in those songs you're expressing your feeling for you know, that person, because God put that person in your life.
So that's why the album's called Damage.
That's why the album's called Damage.
Because it's an authentic experience.
Yes, and that's the thing.
Now.
Right.
This experience.
Uh-huh.
Is this just over life? Is life experiences?
Or
is this from a recent experience?
This is from a recent experience and life. It's both of them.
That's what I'm definitely
compelled
getting out
into
of it,
one.
man. Like,
So
wow.
The album Damage. Now,
Right.
the reason why it's called Damage, have you been damaged?
Yes, I have.
And
Yeah.
she's been damaged.
Right. And see, and the thing is, it just ain't about just that relationship. The thing is, God brought me healing through this woman. And sometimes...
So God brought you healing through this woman.
Mhm.
That was before you messed up?
That was before I messed up.
So
Mm-hmm.
you're a man of God.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought you that message before you messed up.
Exactly. And I didn't heed to it.
Yes.
And see, that's why I said about taking ownership.
But how do you feel? I get it, but real quick, because we got to move on from this.
Right.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you contradicted yourself?
I feel like definitely to a point I can contradicted myself, because if I really love this woman,
Nah.
I have to say,
Nah. That right there, I can't. Yo, this is another subject for another
See,
time.
this is where I want to
what I'll say is this, and I'll let you go, Phil. What I'll say is, if I really love, see, people don't understand something. I'm a firm believer in this. Why do people? We'll leave this for another time. But why is it that a person can cheat and a person takes another person back and they flourish?
well, see, that's
So the thing
and
is,
that too.
So the thing is,
that plays. Oh my God, that plays into it.
The thing is, we can sit up here and say that.
Right.
I can give you
Everybody messes. I don't say everybody messes up.
And that's my point.
I don't want to say everybody messes up. Let's keep it real.
And listen. This is the thing. We're still human.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we make mistakes.
Yes.
And it's a mistake. Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing I believe
Can't be
that even
reoccurring.
in this
Can't be reoccurring.
But the thing I feel in this is that when the love is real and is strong, because really through the love that I've experienced with this woman, it's only my second relationship in life. So you have to understand, when I split from my ex, I went 10 years and I love him and leave him. That's it. You know, but then the thing is, when this one came along, it's the first time I ever said that I wanted to do another relationship.
So with that said,
now the song Damage.
With that said, the album's called Damage.
The album's called Damage. And the thing is about this situation, when you listen to the lyrics of the song, okay, it says, and I'll just sing a little bit.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. So the album's called Damage.
Right.
And is there a song called Damage?
There's a song called Damage.
Awesome.
That's
now,
the
is
lead,
that the lead
song.
single?
That's the lead single.
That's what I love.
Right. That's the lead single.
Right.
Because what it does is it gives me a chance to be transparent, but also to let her know. Because this was a project I already was working on for her.
Who was this released under? Like, what is this?
This is released under my independent label. And the thing is, let me say as an artist, I-95 Music Group.
Let's go. You boy already knows. I'm hip to the group. Let's go.
Real quick before I forget.
Yeah.
I-95, what is your handle? Give them your handle.
My handle is Big Jerz. That's my stage name. Instagram is Big Jerz 1.
Okay.
My Facebook is under number 1, and it's all lowercase.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, BIGJERZ. And because the name I got the name because a friend of mine, he's like my best friend. I kind of got the name from him because I was a big brother from Jersey.
Yes.
So whenever he would see me, he said, "What's up, Big Jerz?" Right.
So that's where it comes from, though. That's
I spell it JERZ.
Yeah. If y'all wonder why we introduce something like that, Big Jerz, man.
Right.
He local legend. He from Jerz.
Right.
Yes.
That's what it's what it is.
And I-95 Music Group is Interstate 95 because that's the road that leads to Jersey. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's your record label.
Right. That's my independent label. And the thing is, to know as an artist, I've never really sought a record deal. I never really sought that. You know, I've always been an artist to where I love creating music. I love doing music. And because of the influences that my mother and father gave me through music is how I developed into what I am. So what I did was I wanted to be an all-around artist. Like I sing country, I sing blues, I sing gospel.
And didn't you not to say that you didn't try to chase a deal, but you kind of went a little far a little bit. You tried out.
And I got to interject real quick.
You made it to American.
A little filler
I went on America's Got Talent.
That's what I was about to get at, bro.
Right.
We got to talk about the game show. We got to talk about the fucking...
America's Got Talent.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
So
and
for
I
y'all that don't know,
right.
We got a legend, baby.
And you know, this is what people have to
be like,
well, this is the thing. This is the thing too.
My bad.
This is the thing too. People have to understand that when you go on those shows, they just see the TV show, but they don't know that sometimes you go through 5 and 6 and 7 different auditions.
Yeah.
Before you get to the TV spot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So what happened was I went to America's Got Talent. And there was 25 singers, and what they do is they separate you by your talent or category.
And this is America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent. Show. So I went to the audition in DC, and they're so organized. I love America's Got Talent because I went on The Voice, everything. It was just disarray.
But Big Jerz, not to interrupt you again. What is your handle again?
Big Jerz.
Instagram.
Instagram is BIGJERZ. And the number 1 in all lowercase.
And that's for Instagram. I'll drop it
that's
for you.
That's for Instagram. Yeah. Right. And then Facebook is under Dale Baylor.
Y'all not understanding right now.
Right. So the thing is, I as an artist, I never really sought that. Only thing I ever wanted was distribution.
Yeah.
And if I would do any type of deal, a single deal. Okay, because I look at like one of the guys I like from Jersey, Fetty Wap. Yeah. Fetty Wap had a single deal for Trap Queen.
Trap Queen.
But every other hit that he put out, he did it independently. That's why he was so successful.
Facts.
And this is what people have to understand, that in this day and age now, the music game has changed. You don't need A&Rs. Yep. You don't need a record label behind you. Once you build up your following, the record labels will come to you. So that's what I just purpose to do. And I've opened up for Jadakiss, Jewels. I've opened up for Raheem Devon, Jagged Edge. I've opened up for Yasmin, CeCe Winans. I've opened up for an array of different artists. Good. So with Damage, this is just therapeutic for me, and hopefully it'll be therapeutic for the other party.
And it almost seems like a culmination of all of your trials and tribulations of everything that you've experienced, not only as a songwriter, as an artist, but also
in life
as a human being.
Right.
It's so tough to deviate through all that, because at the end of the day, us creatives, we're normally the most sensitive human beings.
Absolutely.
We need love.
And
absolutely.
We need love.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Phil's touching.
Yeah.
Touching right
absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
Touching. Because you know why? It's true. The artists, most days, even the rap artists, they're able to create these songs because they going through heartache.
Right.
And they vulnerable. They so vulnerable. But because there's a standard, standard. Even with just, it don't have to be artists. Yeah. I can't say these artists because we all artists, right? If you're doing the music and you're doing something, you're an artist.
We're all there in that family.
So you put yourself in the position. You got to take whatever come with it. But I just think it's a beautiful thing about this creativity.
Yeah. Right.
Creativity in its general. You can do it however you want. People can grasp it. They can take it. For those that don't know, Big Jerz, I'm just going to say this. Big Jerz. I got to say this. How old are you, Big Jerz?
I'm 54.
See, he didn't have to answer that. But this man is
his answer should have been timeless.
This is what I'm getting. Yo, you Manila.
See,
and all I'm saying is, Big Jerz is 54, and And Big Jerz, because you are a I can't.
Bro, he looks great too. I'm not trying to F-bomb.
Big Jerz look.
Yo, his aura is like
ladies
keeping me back in F-bomb.
He's single, but he's
working on it.
He meditating right now. He heartbroken.
Working on it.
Right. Come on, nah, man. Let's be. Yes, I love that. I said the wrong word.
Right.
I think we both said it right. He's heartbroken, but he working on it.
Working on
right.
it.
He working.
And I'm working on me first. And I'm working on me first.
He working on him. But the ladies, that's a skip. Let's skip. The ladies, I know ladies. They talk about Big Jerz. They say Big Jerz is elegant. He's a gentleman. This and that. What is for the people out there? Or the other, not the people. God knows, the women. What is your current relationship status? Because I know women that love you. I know women that you've got fans.
Right.
So are you currently,
I'm in a state to where right now.
I mean, you don't have to go into.
Right. I'm not going to.
I honestly feel like I can answer it for him.
Answer for him.
He's working on it.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. He has an eye on the prize.
Yes.
Right.
He's righting some wrongs, and that's a double entendre because not only writing pen to paper, but he's also writing.
So he's putting he's putting a bandage on the damage.
Right.
Bandage on the damage, baby.
Oh, man.
On the bandage.
And the thing about the song Damage.
It's called
Yeah, and the thing about Damage, the thing is, like when you listen to the lyrics, and I'll just give you just a taste of it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so you give him a taste?
Exclusive, baby.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm just gonna play the instrumental.
No.
Actually, no. Let me get acapella.
Because we'll never get that.
I need acapella.
We're
not gonna hear music on the mic.
I'm about to help him out.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. You know what we want to do? We're gonna sum this all up.
You about to get in random roaches?
I should have known better than to be out here fucking with you, knowing the shit you do. I should have known better than to be out here fucking with you, with all that you put me through.
Exactly.
You told me everything was gonna work out fine. Fucked around, slipped and hit that pussy one more time. That's what happens when you thirst and you famished for love. I'm a motherfucking fool for love. Say I'm just a motherfucking fool for love. They say I'm just a motherfucking fool for love. That's it. It's like nothing to die. That's her.
Yeah.
But put it like this: I'm gonna speak it into existence. We're gonna speak it into existence. Everybody, bow your heads real quick.
I was actually gonna ask to pray. I was actually gonna ask to pray.
God, we pray today that Big Jerz, with his big heart and his positive message, goes out to the world, not only to the world, but the youth, because the youth is the future, and the future speaks the truth. And to the young lady that he damaged, we hope she allows him to put a Band-Aid on that wound and allow that wound to heal over time with him right by her side.
And dear Lord, I want to interject and say that I'm so very, very grateful for the friends that I have here to share this time, to share this moment, to share these memories here, to sit down, have a conversation with one another, learn, grow, and heal. And dear Lord, with your blessings and your overcoming light that you shine on us each and every single day, we just pray that you would continue to shine your light, your abundance, and that we would be able to be vessels to shine your light through you and be your vessel to inspire and bring light to those who need it and who are so desperate in need in this world that is so hurting for love and guidance and inspiration. In Jesus' name.
Jesus' name.
Amen. 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 Now, what we gonna do is, we are going to bring you back.
Right.
Absolutely.
For another interview on damage and how it's doing. We're going to get into it.
Right.
You know, we ran a little bit of time today. What we want to do is we want to move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
And we want to skip to our random roaches.
Let's go.
All right, well,
Let's get into our random roaches.
The segment of segments.
Yes, we're going to go ahead. We're going to move into our random roaches.
You already know what
If y'all
time it
don't know what
is.
random roaches is, pretty much, man. Pretty
I
much
love it.
what it is.
Man, I'm
You got your little tray right
Shaking,
there,
man.
and you got when the artist comes in or when the person comes in, the guest or whoever comes in. Phil and I, every day we usually add questions in there. And it's just
even a
basically
random thought.
Yeah,
like it doesn't
random
matter.
thought.
It
You
can be
don't have to
anything.
answer
It
but
doesn't matter.
Once you pull it out the tray, you just, you know what I'm saying? Share your thoughts on the random motherfucking roaches.
Mother hubbin.
Right.
So what we gonna do
So
is...
do I pick one or two?
Actually, I need
what?
Big Jerz to
You know
go
what?
ahead and.
I love him because he volunteered himself.
I love it, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes.
Bro,
You can pick
please,
one out.
Right.
please get us one.
We gonna
Random
Random roaches. So let's see here.
roaches.
Okay.
What you got? Say it loud. Read it loud. What
It
we got?
says... Boy, I can't hardly read this one. What do you say? The writing is just crazy.
That what's that called?
It looked like
The old man
hieroglyphics.
disease coming in?
No, this writing looked like hieroglyphics. I'm sorry. I don't know what artist wrote this. But
I love it.
his handwriting is worse than mine, I think. Okay. Invest in real estate or gold. Why?
Okay.
Invest in real estate.
Real estate.
Wait a
Real
minute, why
estate
you
or-
He said
saying-
invest in real estate
Or
or
gold.
gold and why. And
Oh, okay.
for me, I would say invest in real estate
And I agree.
because it's something that is something that you can pass down. It's
we already
something,
used
that.
yeah, and it's something that
There's an abundance
transcends
of.
generation. It's abundance of.
Yeah. Pass
So
it down.
yeah, so I would take that over gold. Even though
But is
gold is at its highest rate right now.
Okay.
Gold is at its highest rate.
That's what I was
right
about to
now.
interrupt and say. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so that I think real estate is one of the most important things. So that's why right now, even with myself, I've never used my VA loan from the military. So my goal is to correct my credit, get my credit in the right place, and then eventually I want to use my VA loan and then buy my first home.
This is what we're trying to get.
I'm
What my
telling
mom-
you, bro.
My mom has great credit. My mom, it's crazy. Shout out to my moms. You know what I'm saying?
And
Shout out to Mama
and-
Lo. But I just talked to my mom about
Right.
this too with the VA loan with my dad. And
Right.
He's ready, man.
And
My
to
mom
buy
is-
to buy a house right now, you
Well,
only
the
need a
market's
credit score.
Yeah.
crazy.
You only need a credit score of 600.
My mom is
And,
crazy.
yeah,
right now.
and
She
so,
got a crazy-
you
Is
know-
it 600? That's it?
Yeah, 600.
what-
That's
really,
it to
bro.
buy a house. Yeah.
When the COVID hit, it just helped.
The COVID
everything.
just had- yeah, it
I
really
know.
did.
A lot of
I know
things,
after
It's not-
presidential changes. and
Right,
taxes
right.
and
It was
stuff.
really the COVID,
I know the
bro.
market actually went up.
Yeah,
The prices of stuff went
It's
up.
inflation.
right.
But the
But
COVID
as
did
far as,
help
like-
something.
Because even if you go back to Obama's era, that was when the housing market almost crashed. Because
Yeah.
I was doing sales with Value City Furniture, and I was selling furniture.
Actually, got some Value City furniture up there.
Yeah.
Yo,
and I did
still
very
got
well.
The first Value City furniture I
Yeah,
ever had.
and I did, and I'm telling you, I did very well. I was
That's
one
Value City.
Yeah, you
I was
walk into
one of-
my
yeah,
store,
I was-
it's the 80s, bro.
ever.
I'm telling you,
I was
it's
one of the
80s.
best salesmen on the floor.
I still got the
guarantee it.
Betamax.
Yeah.
baby. I still got the
So
guarantee it, bro.
yeah, so
Yeah.
but even in that, because I remember the year when Obama he approved the new home buyers loan, where they would not loan, but they would get $8,000 to furnish their new home. So if you bought a new home, when he was in and when he was dealing with the bailouts for
That was 07, right?
Right.
Oh,
The 08.
Yeah, it was
08.
2008.
I was in.
Yeah.
I was at Wells Fargo when this was
Right,
happening.
Yeah.
It was
right.
crazy.
Wow.
I was at Wells Fargo when
because
it was happening, right?
because the housing market, and see, and this is
Yeah.
why I tell people, because people, they always on, oh, well, Trump did this, Trump did that, but no, Trump was riding off of the coattails of Obama, and
I don't
so,
care. He going in the office in 2024. He's going. it's no way he's not gonna get voted in the office.
Well, the thing is,
so my thing is,
but the thing is, you have to understand.
Yeah.
He's got to beat the cases coming out of Ohio.
Do you understand what's about to happen with that, though?
Right.
Do you understand what's about to happen with that? The powers that be. Listen, man. When you're dealing with Trump, you're dealing with when you're dealing with the world, you're dealing with something different. See. When I say the world, I mean the world is its own leader. The world has control over the world. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you like this.
I'm gonna tell all y'all like this.
That case with Trump is about to get. You about to be like, how?
Actually, you know
what? All everybody's about to say is how, and he's about to be the president. He's about to be our next president.
But the only guys, I can guarantee you, I can make a statement, and I guarantee you that, and 100% that jurors will agree with me.
What's happening?
It doesn't matter. We have no control.
And this was where I was going.
All this is programmed.
But that's my point.
But you have to understand.
You see how confident I was about Trump winning?
But let me say,
program.
But let me say this.
But I think that most people right now, even more black, or let's say ethnic, let's say different demographics, diverse. Yeah, let's just say even more than when he first went in, because we was on board. Look, like a couple of us was on board. Is gonna vote for him now more than ever.
And I mean, they should.
You know why?
Honestly,
I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
He's actually for the people.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll agree with that, but I'm gonna tell you. You know what?
He's for the American people.
You know what I'm saying? You know what did it? You know what did it? And this is the most pettiest shit. Black folks don't understand politics. Let's get that straight.
No. I'm not going to doubt. No, and this goes in connection with what you said.
I don't mean we don't. It's not that we don't understand. We're not stupid.
Roaches.
We just don't care. Look,
let me say this.
We just don't care about it. It's not on our top list. So now check this out. And what Trump did, the first, you ain't never in your life had a president direct from him saying from his mouth to your account, we're all getting $600, we're all getting $1,200 directly from the bam. When I say it, it's happening. You talk, you said it, and you proved, you show and proved in a time that we were all struggling. You the first president that ever made that happen, and you made who cares? Okay, the corona, it came out how it came out. They manufactured whatever, but you did something. You came up with a.
Actually, he
came up with a joint in 12 months or whatever.
And actually followed through.
Now, I'm not saying it could have been all staged. All I'm saying is it was a great play. Well, it was a great play. Now, it's what's happening right now with Joe Biden here, Sleepy Joe. And I love you, Joe. I voted, man.
I don't.
Actually, I didn't vote. But I voted in my mind. I was like, yeah, this is what I want.
Don't be a liar.
I'm not. I voted in my mind. I voted in my mind. I'm like, Joe Biden.
Let me say this. Because I don't want to forget.
Sorry, I just get so passionate about it.
Right. But this is my thing. Yeah. Okay, this is my take on Trump. Okay. First of all, I don't agree with a lot of stuff he does. Okay. But the thing is, the ultimate bottom line is that, first of all, when it comes to biblically, it said that the government shall be upon his shoulders. Whoever reaches the White House is who God meant to be there.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. And as Christians or as believers, it does not matter who's in there because God is in control of your life.
Yes.
So when you follow him, when you believe in him, no matter who's in there or what's going on, he's going to take care of you. Okay? So that's my belief on that. Okay. But the only thing is that with the case that he's got coming out of Ohio, and I'm not talking about the criminal cases or the federal cases, but the thing is, because of the insurrection last year, because of those things, under the 14th Amendment, he can be disqualified. And this is why I said that people didn't pay attention. Us as, and not excluding you, but us as ethnic people or black people, Puerto Rican, brown, diverse, whatever. This is the thing. We forgot what we were taught in school. Right. The only thing we look at is the executive branch.
Oh, we didn't pay attention.
But this is the thing. The only thing we pay attention to is the executive branch. We look at the mayor, the governor, and the president. But we forgot about Congress and the Senate. Yeah. Those votes come every 2 years. So here it is. What we're supposed to do, we have to understand. The judicial branch is the one that makes the laws. The legislative branch.
The House.
They're the one, the House. And this is the thing we have to understand. They are the ones that control how much money you get on the food stamp card. How do you see your children when you're dealing with child support and you're dealing with that?
Going to?
So that's the thing that we keep forgetting to vote on. Because when certain people are in control of the House now, I'm not Democrat or Republican, but the thing is, I don't go with Republicans because of the simple fact I've never seen a Republican do anything for the everyday class working Joe, for the mechanic on the street or the waitress that's trying to take care of her family. I haven't seen that.
You know what I'm going to say real quick? And I mean to cut you off.
Right.
But I have never seen any president, whether it be Democrat or Republican, do any of that for any of us.
Right.
But you know what?
Any of us.
But you know what? Out of that, let me just add to something. We've all seen a president direct $1,200 to your bank account in 3 weeks.
But let me say on that.
Now, the reason why I say this, we can keep on with the speech.
I will say that Trump
with most people in their life, they gonna look at and they gonna say,
but you gotta look at this.
In bad times, this president produced in serious bad times, unlike no other, with unemployment and with these checks, brother.
Well, look, let me say this.
Money talks.
Hold on.
I hate that.
Hold on. But let me.
That's how the ghetto thinks.
Right.
When they Section 8, they ain't gotta pay rent, but you getting ready to get a $1,200 check.
But hold on. Let me finish.
And I know y'all want me to hit that again.
But hold on. Let me finish finish my point. Because in that you have to look at, okay, first of all, even when you look at the Senate and the Congress, okay, when you look at those things, do you know that the Senate, when you look at their pay, and this is what I found out during COVID and all that, do you know that senators and congressmen, do you know that they get a $50,000 stipend every year for furniture? Hold on, but let me finish. They get a $50,000 stipend for furniture. Who in the hell buys $50,000 worth of furniture? And I sold furniture. Okay, I sold furniture. So you have to understand that a lot of it, these are elected officials, but also even with Trump, when you go back to, first of all, you got to go back to Clinton. Clinton is the first person, other than one other president, the only president in history to balance the budget. We were totally out of debt. The GDP was $2.39 trillion. We spent $2.23 trillion, which left us $150 billion in surplus. Gas was only 88. Gas was only 99 cents a gallon. Okay, and in 1 year of George Bush Jr. coming into office, here it is. Gas went to $2.25 in 1 year from 99 cents, and on military basis, it was only 88 cents a gallon.
I remember this price.
So you think about this. We through Reagan, and I actually liked Reagan, but Reagan's financial plan was terrible. He used the trickle down effect, which only worked 3 years, and then it put us $5 trillion in debt. Well, that's the same plan that Trump used.
Right,
bro.
Okay, now when Obama, hold on, let me finish. So when you look at unemployment rate, the unemployment rate, Obama took the unemployment rate down. It was at 9% when he came in office. So you got to look at this. And this is what I always tell people. The first time we get a black president, that he got, first of all, you'd have had nothing but
Right.
White presidents, okay?
Right.
So the first time we get a black president, and Colin Powell would have been the first black president if he had ran, because the Republicans begged him to run, but he didn't want to take his family through the scrutiny. So you got to look at when Obama, first of all, the first time we get a black president, he got to come into a country that's broke.
Right. And look,
hold on, just the second part of that.
But we understand that, though. We understand that.
Right, but no, we don't understand that, because you got to look at the unemployment rate.
I get that. No, I get where you're going.
Before Trump even came into office, and this is why I tell people, you cannot sit up here. Trump takes claim over stuff that he didn't do. When he came into office, the unemployment rate went from 9% to 3.4%.
Absolutely. He's a
so Obama already had, and plus the fact that if you look, and plus the fact that if you look at it, he gave us all health care, but then also we wouldn't have no American car industry. Chrysler wouldn't exist, GMC wouldn't exist, Ford wouldn't exist. So when you look at that, and I know what Trump was trying to work on, but the reason why I can't go with Trump, and this is my personal opinion, because of the history of prejudice with his family and with him.
Well, here you go.
No, but real quick, just to answer, just a touch, real quick, just a touch. Just a quick touch. Just a quick
But when you talked about the $1,200,
yes.
Let me just say on that. Listen, the $1,200. Now, do you know that at that time when they were giving out stimulus, that Denmark was giving out $3,700 to their citizens. Hold on. $3,700. France, $1,400. A month people were getting this. But they wanted to give us, and this was what's his name? They call him the grave digger on the hill, McConnell, with his piece of shit ass. I can't stand his ass, because they called him the grave digger because anytime a Democrat or anything would bring a bill, he would bury it. That's why they called him the grave digger. But the thing is that they only wanted to give us $600 one time, then they gave us $600 another time. It wasn't a whole $1,200.
They were fighting.
So we were supposed we supposed to get that off for 1 year. But here it is. France is giving $1,400 a month. Do you know that Germany was giving $7,000 to their citizens a month?
Now, can I?
And you tell me we're the richest country.
Not to touch on it too much.
But only give $600.
But not to touch on it too much. I don't disagree with you at all.
7,000?
7,000 Germany was giving their citizens.
Look, I'm sitting here like, oh my God.
Denmark was a small country, was giving $3,700 a month.
But what I'm saying is, none of that matters to the ear that's not thinking deep from our generation. A lot of the people voting now is in the 20.
You gotta look.
But what you gotta understand is, we can sit up here and look how the world is, man. Come on.
No, I agree.
Look, I agree with you 1,000%.
I agree with you to a certain extent.
Whenever I'm able to speak my opinion.
All I'm saying is real quick is anybody sitting up here is gonna tell you, I'm not. Look, I've heard it everywhere. I'm even surprised. Nah, I'm voting for Trump, man. You know what I'm saying, man? And it's the dumbest. I don't want to say the dumbest reasons, but the most. I would say some people are logical. In their lives, a lot more people sell their souls than there are real people on this earth. Right. And so all I'm saying is, it's a battle of just spitting the truth. Well, I'm with you, brother. Understand, right, Phil? And I'll let you speak. I'm with you.
I'm waiting patiently.
But all I'm saying is, the majority of the world is like, yo, but Trump was cold.
I would not say.
Little Pump. But look, he gave us
I would not say that that's the majority.
I'm just saying. Nowadays, it's not about that and in the presidential race. It's about even popularity. Trump using little pump right now.
But okay, but look at this. But look at this. But hold on. We gonna go too far. But right. We gonna let him talk. But let me just say this because I gotta answer. Hold on. But no, you cut me off and you gotta let me answer. You gotta let me answer.
I got you.
This is the thing. Okay. First of all, Trump we know is a narcissist. Okay.
Everybody is.
No, not everybody.
I believe
not every. I don't believe that. I don't believe
levels.
that. There's levels to. There's levels to it.
Everybody has.
But the thing is that you have to understand something. He's working off the same script that he's always used, but the thing is, what I'm saying is you got to look at the reason why he lost the election is because people of brown and black skin color or whatever we want to call it, they came out and young people came out to vote. That's why he lost the election by 7,000 votes. 7 million votes. You don't lose that much because the young people wasn't with it. That's what got Obama elected because the young people stepped up. People that never voted before voted. Because they wanted change. They wanted a difference.
And I think that's what happened this year.
Well, the thing is with this year, he's got to get through that Ohio case, and now it's 2 other states that have filed the same case to get him disqualified.
Unfortunately, it amplified his popularity.
Well, this is the thing. You gotta, but also you got to look at it. First of all, we can vote for a president, and that president could be in jail.
And we gonna vote for him.
Right, but the thing is,
it sucks, man.
But the thing is, you got to understand something. There are things that he will not be able to escape. No matter how much he's done in the past, even his father, a lot of people don't even know that his father was almost a grand wizard in the Klan.
But you know what?
But hold on, let me just say this.
Yeah.
Because the popularity vote really at a certain extent, which should be the main reason why we get a president.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter because the electoral college. If you remember, who was Bill Clinton's vice president? What was his name? Al Gore. Al Gore.
Man, bear pig is real.
Now, if you remember, they came on a national television and announced Al Gore as the next president.
Yeah.
And the electoral college took away the presidency.
I was like embarrassed.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So, and then let Phil do his.
I got you.
All right, so I'm gonna make this. Shout out to you guys, man. I love all this, bro. This has probably been the. Honestly,
some of you guys, look,
this is the dopest podcast that we've fucking had. This shit could go for 2 more hours if we're going to be really honest. Let's just be honest.
Right.
But I'm going to break it down like this because there was a lot of shit that I've tried to sponge in and take in the information, but I'm just going to go off of what I was going to go off of. So I'm going to put it to you like this. You're right that Trump took over Obama's, reconstruction of the unemployment and all that, and he succeeded. Right. Unemployment, boom, dropped down.
Right.
We got hit with the COVID. Trump did practice what he preached. He put dollars in the American people's pockets. During COVID, I was off work. I went through it until probably about March, almost April.
Right.
I had more money in my bank account not working than when I did working.
I agree with you.
So,
I totally agree with you.
And then moving forward, Trump got a bunch of shit just because
at the unemployment
he was the president. So you're going to get catacombed into that fucking devilish position that you're in. I will say, I do truly believe that Trump was for the American people. He was about America. Yeah, I'm going to move on from that.
Let's move on.
And that's
I will also say that the voting and for Joe Biden to get fucking elected, I honestly think is a fucking demoralizing stupid fucking decision of the American people because that guy has no cognitive ability to run a country. That's my opinion.
Right.
But it's also proven. He's cognitively not there or available.
But
and
has
it
every,
sucks.
but has every president,
okay,
but
hang
has every
on.
president at the
Hang
end of the term?
on.
Hold on. Let me
Hang
finish.
on. Hang the fuck on. Let your boy talk. So, as we go forward in this country, gas prices shot up. Cost of living shot up. Prices of food shot up. We got all kinds of shit that just everything's inflated. The cost of living is ridiculous in the situation that we're living in. And we got a president that is cognitive non-available or slipping or fumbling or the words can't fucking finish a sentence. And we got senators all across fucking across the map. They know what the fuck they can't even talk. Yo, we got the old boy in Pennsylvania. He was like, yeah, the Eagles are better than the Eagles. Like, shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down. Here's my stance, and I'm gonna wrap this up real quick with a nice little fucking roach top. I don't go with politics. I don't go with the Senate. I don't go with our legislators. There's one entity in this world that I go with, and until my dying day, I'm not gonna vote. I'm not gonna go out to the polls. I'm not gonna bitch about who's in office. I'm not gonna bitch about this or that and the third. Guess who I'm gonna go with? I'm going with God. At the end of the day, it does not matter who's in office, because even the devil is God's devil. It does not matter to me. And I'm gonna leave that right then and there.
And that's just at the end of the day, it's a true statement.
That's why it goes back to what I said.
It goes back to the vote.
But see, this is the thing too.
And you know what? This is what we're gonna do, because we can keep going on about that. And it came into one roach. One roach came into that. This is what I want you to do. We're gonna splice it with this one. We're gonna splice it with that. Now we can keep going into that, but it's
we're not gonna go into it anymore.
But we're done.
You know what I feel about it? That could be a whole podcast.
But the one thing I will say is, like what you were saying is the same thing I was saying about the government being on his shoulders. That truly God is in control of things. But also too, and this is what I firmly believe, that as a voter, if you don't vote,
you don't have an opinion.
You really don't have the right to give an opinion.
Bam.
That's my thing.
There you go.
I agree with you. And that's why I said that to say. If I don't vote, I don't have an opinion.
We done with that.
Yeah.
He ended it.
So now
you did it.
I did say
you
that.
You did a great job. There you go.
So now let's see. I gotta take my glasses off because I gotta use the old man eyes. I gotta take my glasses off because I gotta use the old man eyes. So, so it says, would you slap your mom for $1 million?
Can I go first?
You can go first.
Can I go first?
Wait. What was it? Would you slap your mom
for something? Would you slap your mom for $1 million?
Yes!
Oh my God. Damn.
Mom, I love you. I'm going to put you in that fucking... I'm going to pay your house off. Guess what? Just one open palm. I'm going to get you back. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't do anything to me, but I'm just going to get That's going to be the most richest slap you will ever get in your entire life. Matter of fact, I will slap you to give you the $1 million, and then you can take care of your son. I love you, Mama. Mwah.
So what would be your answer?
Nah, man. Oh, man.
This is where Dirty Phil says,
yo, you know what's crazy?
I'm good.
You know what's crazy why I can't do it? It's because I can't, my mom, when I look at my mom,
right?
You know what I mean? I'm a pretty in shape guy. And when I think about slapping my mom, nah, you can't offer me $1 billion.
Hey, ain't nobody said you can't hold back a WWE
but you know
slap
what,
and sell that shit.
My mom afterwards, she'd be like, my mom could be like, you better knock me
right.
Talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock at the Grammys, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? My mom, you know I love you.
Come on, man. You can sell that like an actor,
you know what? I think my mom, if my mom's watching this right now,
bro, I don't
know how my mom would feel, but she probably like,
bro, I'm
if
going
you
for
don't
cheat
slap
codes
me,
here.
boy, nah.
Listen, I'll be
Well,
like,
this is
listen,
what-
mom.
This would be my. This would be my answer.
I can't slap my mom.
This would be my answer. I can't slap my mom. The only way I would be able to do it if me and her had a discussion first, and then she said, "Okay, let's get this money."
Nah.
But no, I can't do it. I just
you know
can't do
what
it.
I was saying to you why I couldn't do it is because even for your reason,
Right.
She can talk to me all she want. I can go like this. Wow,
That's
I
my
can slap the shit out of
mom,
you, right?
bro. That's my mom.
For the rest
bro.
of my
I can't-
life, I'm never gonna be happy.
No,
I'll be tortured.
no, listen.
I don't care how much money
First
we got.
of all
I
of
don't
what
care
she
what
said,
house
all of what
you
she
got.
sacrificed for me.
Yeah.
No, bro, I can't
I
do
get
it.
it.
I'm gonna say,
I get it.
Mom,
Listen,
Mom,
listen.
you got that house because I smacked the shit out of you, though.
Listen.
No. That's
Listen. Listen. In my 36 years of life and everything, my beautiful mom has done for me, being a single parent. I grew up fatherless. My grandfather died early. My grandfather died when she was 13.
Yeah.
He was a military guy. Actually, that's his dog tag right there on my my performance photo.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's his dog tag. Losing my grandmother. My uncle went to Korea to marry a Korean when I was very young. I've had no male figures in my entire life. I've had my mom. I've had my grandmother.
But look at how God
My aunt-
made you a good single father.
Yeah, and I'm not even a dad.
Even though
I'm not
what
even
we-
a dad. Like
Yeah,
me
even
and,
though
me and
what we
Brandy,
lack.
we can't have can't have kids. We'll never have kids.
Right.
And I will look at my mom and say, "Mom, I love you so much."
Yeah.
And all 36 years, you've earned this. Millie, baby! A millie, a millie, a millie, a millie, a millie, millie, millie. Let's go!
Well,
But you know what though?
That's
But you know
what I
what though? It's one of those
fucking
answers.
awful.
No, it's one of those answers to where I think
so bad.
it's a to each his own.
right.
It's a to each his own. It's a
I
to
do
each
want to
his
let you
own.
know when the album is coming out, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming out in January, end of January.
Okay.
Haven't selected the exact date, but it will be in the end of January, and then we're going to have an album release party.
And we'll support you. We'll
Right.
promote it for you, bro.
Right.
You just let us know. You got to hit
And-
us with the deets.
Yeah, and see the lyrics of the song. Just the one part of the hook is that and that's the foremost thing, because sometimes in previous relationship we can be damaged, but we don't want to carry that over into the other one.
Yeah.
So like this one, and I'll just sing a clip of it. It says, yeah, I've been through so much pain.
Sing it.
Steady looking for sunshine. All I got was storms and rain.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been through so much. Almost lost my grip. Standing on sand, I was sinking quicksand. Oh, it's true. Girl, you changed my whole point of view. You are the light at the end of the tunnel, babe. You brighten up my day in each and every way. I've been damaged. I've been damaged. I've been damaged. Yes, it's true. I've been damaged, but not by you. I've been damaged, can't you see? Your love's my remedy. Heal me, mind, soul, and body. And that's the basis of the song. It's like I've been damaged, but not by you.
Yo. This has been a crazy extended episode of the Roaches podcast.
This
Roaches
is a definite
podcast.
extended podcast.
You can't even.
What's
You
your
can't make
handles
this up,
again?
bro.
What's your
No, we
handles?
got this.
Yeah.
Calm
But
down.
just to
Calm
say it,
down.
But just to say it again. What do you
Calm
say?
down.
Say it. What
Big
is it?
my Instagram is Big Jerz, BIGJERZ, and
With
the
the number one.
all lowercase. My Facebook is Dale Baylor,
Yes.
and you can follow me on there. And Snapchat is Big Jerz 1 also. But like I said, we just trying to make music that can touch people We try and make music that can heal people, but also too, we make fun music as well. I got a song called Candy on the album, and it's a remake of the old Cameo song, just like Candy. And it's something you can bounce to, something you can ride to.
Yo.
And then I also have a country track that's about my grandparents called Country Folks.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then I have a gospel song. It's called "I'm Blessed."
Gotcha.
Oh man, I want to hear that.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Just so everybody knows,
It's crazy.
this was so organic.
It
Jerz,
was so much fun.
we had a cancellation today, and Jerz, was it 2 days ago? And we all busy, and we made this happen today, man. So it's like so organic right now.
Right.
We appreciate you coming.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate It's like an honor, right, Phil?
It really is.
It's like an honor
It honestly is.
People don't understand how hard it is to put on a podcast. How hard this man works.
Right.
How hard I work. It's hard to keep it in line. It's harder than what you think it looked like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To keep it in line, and for people just to be committed. I want to touch on something real quick before we go. You said something to me and my guy before we started. You said that you loved what we was doing. You said you came in here and said you was watching the podcast, and we never knew you was watching the podcast.
Right.
And you said, yo, I love what you're doing because y'all doing something that's not been done before. There's a lot of podcasts out here. We would just love for you to elaborate because the feedback is something different getting it in a comment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right.
But hearing it is different too. So what did you mean by that?
Well, the main thing I meant by it is that because y'all come from a place of struggle, y'all come from a place of lack, and to see y'all to persevere through what you're doing, and the thing is, you keep it natural, you keep it simple. It's not you're not copying what anybody else is doing. What you're doing is original. Gotcha. And see, and this is the thing. There's a lot of people, we draw things from other people. Because in order to do what we do, whether it's a podcast or whether it's music, somebody else has laid the foundation before us. But in order to make it your own and to create your own vibe, to create your own essence in that podcast, is something unique. Everybody's not doing that. There's somebody that are just I would say, and I'm an OG, they're just like Kinko's. They're just making copies. You see what I'm saying? So they're just like Kinko's. And when are we going to see original content? When are we going to see people that are coming from the heart, people that are coming from a real place? You know, and that's why I do like Gilly. I like Drink Champs. Yes. But shout out to them.
Yes, sir.
But also too, I like the fact that this is like grassroots. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And then just to look out around the Stuseum, which I love the name, I love the name Stuseum because that's what it is. It's a studio and a museum.
Yeah,
because when you
got it.
When you look around here, and let me tell you something, I am one of the biggest Marvel fans that you will ever find. I love DC. But DC got their ass beat by Marvel back in '99.
Facts.
Okay? And that's a fact.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. So, the thing is, though, I love what Marvel is doing. Some stuff I don't agree with Disney because they're a little off the rails.
Yeah.
But because some stuff Walt wouldn't allow. Yeah. But, right? But the thing is, I love the memorabilia. I'm a movie guy. Yeah. I'm a movie and music guy. Let me tell you something. Every Tuesday, that's my day off. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Tuesday, let me tell you something. I go to the movies. Yeah. Okay? I'm there at 10:30 when the first movie starts. I watch 2 movies. I go out into the food court in the mall. I get lunch. I bring it back in the movie. I watch 3 more movies.
Yes.
Then I go out and I grab dinner. I bring it back to the movie theater. And then I watch 4 more movies.
Let's go.
Okay? So I go in at 10:30 in the morning. I don't leave until 1:30 at night. 1:30 a.m. And that's that's a complete day for me because I love movies and music. I love, just vibing out, and for just a few hours, I can just get away from my issues. I can get away from my problems, and I can take a journey. And that's what we do in music as artists. Yeah. We take people on a ride. Whether it's 3-minute song or a 5-minute song, we help them forget about their issues, unless it's something that's relatable. And we take them on a journey so that they can have, just for 5 minutes, a break from reality.
Yes.
And you know what we're going to do?
That's amazing.
We're going to take one more journey down that random Roach lane. Pull one more out real quick.
All right.
We're going to make this one quick.
Literally.
He just...
Oh, my God.
I know.
My dear Lord. Yo,
you know what? I've been around him too long.
Bro, this is...
You know what I mean? I know he be preaching.
I guarantee you we can go 4 more hours.
Well, this is crazy because this is the one I put in there.
All right.
This is crazy.
You're not supposed to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. But let me read it. It's important. It's important, though.
Because you
Oh, that's not fair.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
That's not fair.
I don't want to do that because it kind of make it like he's not excited.
And I didn't, and believe you me, I didn't. It was random. I just grabbed one.
Yeah.
So let me say that. I gotta take the old man glasses off again. So here we go.
I love it, man.
This
is awesome.
Young Boy the next Tupac?
No.
Okay. First of all, I just say, look, I'm insulted by whoever put that in there.
Wasn't me.
Okay. First of all, they got to be from Gen X or something.
Wasn't me.
They got to be, because I would tell you like this. To a certain extent, I like Young Boy, but that's an insult. I'm sorry. That's an insult.
Thank you. Thank you.
No.
We're on the wavelength.
Yeah, Tupac. You can't compare NBA Young Boy to Tupac. I'm sorry.
Not even happening.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this on the sidebar.
Close, bro.
I'm gonna say this on the sidebar. I'm gonna end it on my thing because I understand that question a little bit, and I don't like the way it's structured, the question.
I think the structure of the question. I agree with you on that.
It's all about structure.
I'll agree with you on that.
I'll say this. There's no comparison to Pac, but of our new generation, if there was one, I like Kodak Black and I like NBA Youngboy.
Yeah, I can't.
If there was a Pac, NBA Youngboy is a lyricist.
I don't like none of them.
It ain't no DJ. And he has touched more people. He's made more money than any artist off YouTube. He is a #1 trending. He has the South on lock. He is the biggest selling artist.
I think he does have.
When they release him from house arrest, do you understand what's about to happen?
Now let me
Nobody making nothing.
Let me say this.
He about to shut down
I think that he is definitely a lyricist. I think he definitely comes from a real place. And that's the one thing I do like about him. Now, I'm not going to say he's Tupac, but I will say he's scratching the surface.
Yeah, of that, maybe of the new generation.
Right.
All right.
But Kodak Black, I can't get with buckwheat. I'm sorry. If you walk around look like buckwheat, I can't get with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, I might as well get one in here real quick. I might as well. I ain't got one.
Stop watching the Little Rascals. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. I think Kodak's one of the greatest rappers of the new generation.
I just think that brother
in the top 3.
Brother got to do something with his hair.
Womanators Club.
Kodak is up there.
I come from the old school. My mama, you got to do something with your hair. I'm sorry. I can't get with the buckwheat look.
That dude rapping his ass off.
This one right here,
he rapping his ass off.
You know what I mean? This has been like the most extended, exclusive, greatest podcast that we have ever filmed. I'm telling you right now, I'm going on record and saying that Big Jerz has been the greatest conversation that we've had.
And the reason why, real quick, is because we know him.
Yeah,
this is not scripted.
No,
we had nothing written down. We got into politics too much. But y'all gonna love it.
It's been amazing.
Yes.
So, Random Roaches.
What we got?
Marvel or DC?
Marvel all day. Marvel all day.
You already know. And it's literally It's literally
Which one
black
was
and
Man
white.
of Steel? Which one was Man of Steel part of?
DC.
I love Man of Steel. That's one of the greatest Marvel movies of all time. So I'm going with.
Okay,
DC.
well I will
don't
give
know
you.
nothing about nothing else.
Ready? You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Marvel is the absolute culmination of what superhero movies are. You have the ultimate big bad in Thanos. Snap of a finger.
Right.
He wants to right the universe by wiping out 50% of the population.
Right.
Because people are unappreciative. They're users and abusers.
Right.
They don't appreciate what they have in front of them. So to correct the universe, we're going to wipe out 50% of the population. But then you got the Avengers, Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? You got Thor. You got Captain America. You got Hawkeye.
And the only reason why I say Marvel over DC,
You got Spider-Man,
and this is
bro, the
and this is-
X-Men.
and this is the thing, and this is what people see. I look deep into things, but I'm gonna just leave it short. The thing about reason why I would choose Marvel over them because of
Cinematically.
well, not just cinematically, because they've been kicking DC's behind for years.
Yeah.
Because DC for too many years lived off of just two
and
characters,
Superman.
Batman and Superman.
Yep.
And here it is, Marvel brought out the most characters out of any. Plus the thing is, Stan Lee. Stan Lee was
Rest in
a
peace.
genius. Rest in peace to Stan Lee. Because there were metaphors that Marvel put behind every character. When you look at the X-Men, you know what they represent? They represent minorities. Because look at what they went through. As mutants, they're discriminated against.
Because I don't know.
They're gone up against by the government.
Yep.
They were hunted.
Yep.
And here it is. It represents, he always used those metaphors, Stan Lee, to deal with racism,
Yep.
to deal with certain aspects of the government. That's what Stan Lee,
like the whole-
extermination.
yeah.
And that's what they had, a program to exterminate the mutants off the planet.
That's what it
well,
was. Yeah.
it was a parallel to what we were going through in this country. So that's why I choose Marvel over them. And like I said, I still have my comic collection from middle school.
See, it's nice to understand it. I do understand that a little bit. I just don't get too deep in it. I was deep back.
Right.
Listen, I'm. It's crazy because I love to see this type
And
of
to
stuff.
see all of it here.
You know why? Because
This
when
is
I'm around
crazy.
y'all, when I'm around y'all remind me of what I was into.
Yeah.
Right.
I lost all that when I was like 8. Music was everything.
Right.
But I was into this shit. All this stuff, Sting, WCW, all that, WWF, and all this, I was
Love
into
it.
it.
That's from our era.
Bro, I lost stuff. But when I come back around,
That's
I
what
see
keeps
people
us
still
us,
into
though.
it. Yes,
Right.
it's good to hear it because it brings back that nostalgia
and I
feeling.
started drawing and painting in school. I actually had a contest. I beat a citywide contest. I beat out 2,000 kids, and my painting got placed in the Newark Art Museum.
Hell yeah,
Full
let's
Big
go. Yeah, Big Jerz, baby.
And the drawing that I did was a battle with Marvel superheroes and Marvel villains.
Yeah.
And
Fire.
And it was crazy because I never thought I could go for 3 months and look at my painting and just see people look at it. And you talk about, and that's what started me first. It started with art. I was a graffiti artist back in the day. We did trains, we did walls, we did all of that stuff. And I was a break dancer. So, that's where I started, and started with the music because I started break dancing. And our group, we actually did a show with Salt and Pepper before they released their first single.
Shut up.
We did it at the East Orange Rally Racket Club, and we were on TV. The name of our group is an old group that was called Art of Noise. So we called ourselves the AOB, the Art of Boogie.
Let's
We were
go.
supposed to be in the movie Beat Street.
Yo.
We were supposed to battle Rocksteady in that movie.
Yo.
And I actually battled B-Boy from Rocksteady, and I took his name because that was my name, B-Boy. So we battled for the name, and I beat him.
Yo.
Okay, but the reason we missed the movie was because one of our members, and we kicked him out the group, Danny, because he made us miss the PATH train that would have took us to New York, where we were told to be. Yeah.
If y'all don't know, Beat Street is like a classic.
This shit is
classic hip hop.
It's
classic.
It's like when Breaking came out.
Bro, this shit is crazy.
Beat Street came out before Breaking.
Beat Street came out before, but Breaking is like that era. Beat Street ain't nothing like Heartbreak.
Rock,
Beat Street.
rock, the Planet Rock.
Yeah.
African
Ramo. Yo, this dude Ramo used to spray paint the trains and stuff. He got killed this beat.
Ramo,
that was my guy, yo. Like, I'm telling you, Beat
That's
Street.
my shit,
Check it out.
Yeah.
Some old hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We got you on the podcast. I'm glad we got you here finally. Touching on Love Again, the album Damage is coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
January.
We all been through it. When you first pulled up, you let us hear some joints. I go through it too. We all go through the love spell.
Absolutely.
I think right now in the atmosphere, the world needs something. The area.
Yeah.
Just the energy needs nothing but purity right now.
Yo, the city going to need some big
We need
Jerz
something.
in our
We just had a bear running through Salem Avenue.
You know what
I'm saying? By the time this episode come out, it'd be low. You know what I mean? But we just had a bear running through Salem Avenue.
Really?
Yeah, they just had a bear running through Salem Avenue.
Are you serious,
bro?
Yeah, because there's a whole herd of deer on Frederick Street. That got loose. You know, there's a herd of deer that lives in the cemetery. Right behind Frederick Manor.
I be hearing.
Those deer, because I live right by the back gate. And 13, 14 deer got out.
Yo.
And were running through the neighborhood.
When was this?
This was about 5 days ago.
Nah, this is the bear. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I actually got the video.
The bear joint was 2 days ago. I hope it wasn't the cocaine bear. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I love that movie though. I love that movie.
By the way, I watched Slaughterhouse. Did I tell you I watched Slaughterhouse?
Stop playing with me.
Did you see Slaughterhouse?
No, he don't even know about it.
Bro,
no one know about
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse.
Is it good, bro? Is it a watch?
I loved it. I loved it.
She killed
it was so corny.
Bro, it was good. It was so corny that it was good.
It was so corny. It was good. Slaughterhouse.
It's about a sloth.
And then real quick, Jerz
kills.
Me and you, all the way, die hard.
Yeah.
Team Marvel. But I will tell you this. The greatest movie, and I've had a hard time saying this. Not really. But I will go ahead and say it. The greatest movie of all time is The Dark Knight.
Was it Marvel?
DC.
I gotta
The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger as the Joker is by far the greatest cinematic portrayal
I would
of
have
a
to,
villain in
The
Dark Knight.
It's not up for debate.
You know, I would definitely
we can talk about this forever.
I would definitely agree with you.
Debate,
bro. I would definitely agree with you
debate.
because he took it to the next level.
Next level.
Because you got to understand. Ramirez, who was the first Joker that was on the old TV show, and you remember I'm an OG. So the TV show, he created that character and brought it to life, and he was awesome. And you never thought that anybody could be a better Joker until Jack Nicholson came along, and he blew the world by storm with his version of the Joker. And you thought that nobody could top Jack Nicholson, and then Heath Ledger
comes in,
brought it to a whole nother level.
And I got 1 point.
Great actor.
One simple thing about this, and this is where I will say why this is probably the greatest film. Not only, Christopher Nolan.
You mean the greatest Marvel film?
No, greatest DC film.
DC film.
And I will actually go on to say, this is one of the greatest films.
Is Man of Steel DC?
Yes.
Yeah, but I will say, this is probably one of the greatest films of all time. Even in all your real life, The Dark Knight actually made it reality. It made it feel real. Like, this is a real villain. But what sets Heath Ledger as the Joker apart from everybody else is you look at Jack Nicholson, who's got paint. Right. Oh, it's Jack Nicholson. Heath Ledger was unrecognizable. You looked at him and right there, just a mask. You look at him, you're like, that does not look like Heath Ledger. That was a whole other entity.
Right. That's why the Joker has been a character that's gone down through history.
I'll be and just to touch on it just real quick. I don't want to take too much time on it, but I agree, but I didn't look at it that way because I knew who Heath Ledger was because I watched a couple of his movies.
Oh, dude, he's a legend. Rest in peace,
and when
man.
they said he was gonna play him, all I could think about, this is on everything.
Let me guess.
No, this is on everything. Nope. I was like, I said to myself, he about to blow this away. You know why?
Oh,
it's one thing that I thought about, his voice. People don't understand. If you look at Heath's roles, Heath got a certain type of voice in different roles.
He does.
I can hear him going.
I can see that.
I pictured it. I don't know if I'm visual. I don't know if I see things in a different way, but I visualized every aspect of him. When I first heard it was coming out, I visualized him with the being a demonic Joker or a good Joker.
I would love to reprise that role.
Yeah. It can't be done again.
Because I feel like
I don't know who could play him.
You could not.
Well, I do like the new guy. I do like the new one. River Phoenix. Not River Phoenix. Phoenix.
Joaquin. I just watched that the other night.
But that's a different Joker.
It's a different timeline.
That is a different Joker. Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy in the other
Gotham series?
With Will Smith was Snapshot or.
Jared Leto, he was trash.
Not a dude, Harley Quinn dude.
Yeah, Jared Leto, he was trash.
His girl. That's his girl.
I don't know.
He was
I thought he was
trash.
alright.
That's his girl.
I thought he was alright.
No, he was trash.
He didn't really do the whole.
He was okay, but he wasn't bad. He was good.
Maybe because
I liked him in the Snyder cut of the Justice League.
Yeah,
I thought he was very good in that. But
I like Jared Leto, but he was trash as the Joker. Okay, there will be no other Joker like Heath Ledger. Because you want to know how I got these scars?
But check it out. But check it out too. There will never be another one like Jack Nicholson.
I did love Two-Face too in that.
Oh yeah, dude.
So let's look at it like this. So let's look at it like this. End it like this. There will never be another Jack Nicholson.
Right?
Because Jack Nicholson was more of a happy Joker.
He was good, but he was also recognizable.
Right.
No, but even still,
but he still had a deformed face.
Phil, check this out.
Yeah,
check this out, Phil.
And that's what they use in the animated DC movies.
Yeah.
And this is where I was talking about your perception. You said that, right? Your perception, my perception. I knew it was. I could tell it was him. Because I knew Heath Ledger. I was not a Heath Ledger fan, but I watched a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
My thing was, I was
Jack Nicholson.
But then when they came out with him, like he said,
the dance party, and he's like spray painting all the fucking paintings and shit.
There'll never be another one. They said that
he had the
comedic,
the comedic aspect.
So there'll never be another one of those.
He said, want to see a magic trick.
Yeah, and he looked scary.
Right.
He said that.
Because you got to think of him. You got to think of him from The Shining. You got to think of Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Exactly.
He didn't even have makeup on. But when he bust through that door and he said, honey, here's Johnny.
Yeah,
I'm home.
Yeah.
You know, I was just watching that the other night.
Yo,
because I like
going back watching movies, bro.
Wolfman, baby.
The
Wolf. Yeah, all that.
Bro,
yeah, it's time.
Marvel. What's the werewolf movie? The new one. They just
it was that series that they did.
That series. They just took it from black and white to color.
No way.
It's incredible.
Really?
Incredible.
All right, I gotta watch it now. Because I do love some Loki.
You know what I gotta watch?
I gotta catch up on some Loki.
Loki's amazing.
Nah, you
I gotta catch up. Amazing. I just watched the last episode.
I gotta watch the new season.
You know what you gotta watch? You gotta watch Swamp Thing.
I gotta watch some Swamp Thing. That's
never
DC.
find it.
That is DC.
you watch
He's
it?
amazing. No, but he's amazing.
You ain't gonna find
One of
it.
the most. One of the
I gotta
most.
watch it.
But have you
One of
it
the
is
most.
DC.
One of the most amazing characters.
Yes.
And the thing is, and see, you got to understand, Marvel
Swamp
and
Thing
DC
was back in my day,
always
too.
mirrored.
Yes.
Because you had Man Thing and you had Swamp Thing. See, so they always have a mirror character. Because if you look at Arrow, you look at
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye,
And then you got Deathstroke. And you got my guy, one word, 2 syllables, Deadpool. My favorite of all time. That's actually my spirit animal.
Series,
by the way.
I watched it.
Now, is that on Disney?
No, look, check it out. I knew it was coming out at some point. I went to Walmart. I'm looking through the movie section, boom, just looking at movies.
Longest
it's right
podcast
there.
ever, by the way.
Yep, it's right there, and it's one of them left, and I got the whole series. And it had one season, and it got canceled for the dumbest reasons that you cannot be explained at all. $1 million spent this budget, and it cannot be explained why. It was the greatest. He looked awesome. He totally blew the role away.
Are you talking about the Flash?
No, the Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing. Okay.
Yeah, he blew the role away. It looked
I'm gonna
crazy.
have to watch it.
It was
I'm gonna have to
amazing.
watch
Look,
it, too.
I got it on DVD. I can let you borrow it. You can. I don't know where else you can get it. You can't. I don't know if you can.
Well,
you
I
can't
definitely
look it
would
up
want
on
to borrow it
YouTube.
because I would
Because
definitely.
Yeah,
I think
watch
they
that shit,
took it down. I think they stripped it everything. If you don't got it on something, you can't get it. It's a lawsuits, all type on the first season. Millions of dollars, and it was scrap. And I'm looking at this season. I finished the first season. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for the second. I'm like, yo, and the next thing you know, they scrapped it.
Wow.
All types of, and it doesn't explain why. They say why they think why. But budget restraints. I don't know something.
Well, there's writer strikes and there's.
I don't want to go into it, but it's
I think the writer
strike
strike just ended.
It's like a lot.
It's ended. Yeah.
But for those of y'all in the Swamp Thing, you know, we from a different generation.
Yeah, and for our Marvel enthusiasts, the best ones, Deadpool 3.
Look at that, Phil.
July 26th.
But you also got to look at
2023
Infinity
or
War
2024
and Endgame.
Oh yeah.
And the first Avengers was classic.
Yeah, it was.
That was the first time you could say, because if you look at it, the first Marvel movie wasn't Iron Man, it was the Hulk.
Yeah.
But
I
the reason why it did all right,
Edward Norton.
But it did all right. But the thing is, it didn't break the box office. That's why you see, if you notice, you never saw a Hulk movie after that. They have one coming now, the Battle World or World Breaker Hulk.
Yeah.
They got that coming. But the thing is, when they got Mark Ruffalo, and the way they did the CGI, because it's come so far, he is the best Hulk that's ever been.
Absolutely.
Because if you look at the way he moves, he looks like the character in the comic. He moves like the character in the
And he's very passive as a human. He's like,
I don't know who that is. Is that the one that's been playing him?
Mark Ruffalo.
When Captain America tells him, Hulk, smash. That is the greatest line, because that's the most famous
when it
line
goes back,
from the Hulk.
especially when we're talking about Endgame, and he's like, yeah.
Right. I laughed so hard.
I know, because you know it's like, it's just me.
But then he's Professor Hulk.
What's that? What's the Endgame? Is it a game?
Marvel.
That's the culmination of 10 years of Marvel movies.
Yeah, with
that
Thanos.
was the big war fight with Thanos, and where all the heroes.
I heard about Thanos. Thanos is the guy with the
That's when Thanos snapped, and it's the movie after.
Thanos right there.
Up there, right there. And then the big gauntlet right there was Stan Lee hugging it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
shooting out
Infinity
the
Gauntlet.
Yeah. All right, we gotta wrap this motherfucker up. It's crazy. My phone went into sleep mode because I got a bedtime of 10 p.m. so it goes into black and white. It's recording. It's still good. We're good.
We good. This is live. So,
but man,
the reason why it's been so organic, it's been great, is because we know this guy.
It's amazing.
His family, and we didn't have to take no notes down. We just had a conversation.
We don't need no notes.
And I'm glad that he came through, and
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like family to Phil.
Absolutely.
He's like family to me. And
yeah, that's crazy, man.
look out for that album
renowned,
Damage.
man.
Album Damage. Like I tell him, it's like I'm an OG, so we go back like Cadillac seats.
So, you know what I'm saying? I need that buttercup. You know what I mean? I need that buttercup seats.
So this has been awesome.
Awesome.
Cadillac seats and spinal
Yeah, it's
cords,
crazy.
baby.
Yeah.
And did anybody shout outs? Any shout outs you want to give? Anybody?
Just shout out to my kids, my son Chauncey,
Shout out to Chauncey, man.
Titus, my daughter Judea, and also to shout out to, the lady that this is about, and hopefully we can get to a place to where, we can communicate and
let's make the Roaches podcast.
And you gotta salute. I gotta salute the Roaches podcast. This is my This has been one of my favorite experiences. I always watch you guys, but now to actually experience it and be here, this has been incredible.
Yo, thank you, bro.
Yes.
Really appreciate you being on the podcast, man. This has been a crazy record-setting extended podcast. There's nothing better.
The frappe, baby.
The frappe,
baby. What I was smoking on today.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor, Z with the T's. Let's go.
Yes.
Breeze Trees. You already know you ain't getting your ease without some breeze. And you know it ain't right if your boy ain't sipping that natural light. That crisp, refreshing. I'm doing it every damn session. Let's go.
And shout out to EP Carrillo.
EP Carrillo. We got them bogeys, stogies on deck, blowing hard. You already know.
Yes.
Pause. This is the Roaches podcast. It's your boy Dirty Phil. We're here at Big Skies.
Big Skies, baby.
Big Jerz, a.k.a.
We appreciate you. It's all love.
From what my mom says, Jersey. But you know what I'm saying? We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And we are out.